Welcome back, everyone. This is the PCL. I'm your host, Invasion Bang, here once again with my main man Blitz, and we're bringing you Championship Series 9 in a match number 1. This is going to be a D versus B. Hey, Blitz, yesterday we saw some crazy gameplay from teams like G25, Invasion, and some great plays by a few other teams. What's up, man? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, dude. We saw Torch, RMV. I think RMV came down with a dub yesterday. We saw RR pulling off some great plays, and now we have a whole host of new teams playing today. Some names that I recognize, some other names that I don't. So I'm excited to see this. We got first match on Erangel today. We're doing Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, and we have a 3-team, almost 4-team battle over Georgia Pole area right now. We got a brown team, orange, dope, and then the pink team here, all taking this area. Obviously this is a huge area and plenty of room for multiple teams, but surprised to see this many teams. And is this part of the group stage, so where these teams don't know where everybody's landing?
Exactly what it is right here? It's exactly what we're seeing. We're just seeing a bunch of teams dropping and not really knowing where everyone's gonna land, right? So we have Low Key Gaming, who is in the pink. That's gonna be team 16, and SG is gonna be Slaughter Gang. That's team 14. Dope is gonna be team 6. And then you're going to have NOG is going to be team 18. Those are all the teams that dropped over here. Now, let's give you a brief history of these teams. Low Key Gaming is one of the teams that has it's a pretty new team that got put together. Diggleton is one of the people who carries this team along, and Carm. And they really don't have a landing spot, so they just drop anywhere. And it's the same thing with SG. They really land anywhere and everywhere. And then you could see Dope is going to be the same kind of team. Matter of fact, NOG, all these teams don't have necessarily have a dropping location. They're just trying to figure it out themselves as they're going along. Teams that we know have places, we're going to have MG, which you guys know is one of the fan favorites. Jin is one of the SA fan favorites. And then you have WC, who's a team that plays very well, and they've been in competitive PUBG literally forever. And IR, who's going to be a team that got in from IR is just going to be a team that won from the playing games. And RTI, that's going to be a team that got in through I believe they got in through the showcase. Then you have CKTH, who plays very well, and then TC over here, and that's gonna be DA came in through the playing games. And then CP, again, a fan favorite. They have Beretta on this team, and people love Beretta. And then down here you have GT. This should be an interesting, I'm gonna be honest, this should be an interesting series, because these 3 teams that we're highlighting right here in this little triangle are the impact teams, the teams that people expect to see play well, along with WC. But we've seen teams like RTI play out of their mind, and games where Dope plays very well as also. And with SA teams, people don't really know what they can do until they start performing at a high level during the gameplay.
So I remember Jen definitely making some great plays, hosting with you a few weeks ago, and a lot of great teams in here for sure. So this is going to be very competitive games. I mean, yesterday, obviously, same thing as well. I think we saw in these games, compared to the initial stages, you could tell that the competition was even more stiff, and there was just a lot of stalemates, a lot of tough positioning going on. Like, everyone's just playing so tight that it really is, any little mistake really shows up at this kind of stage. Blitz, it's interesting to see what happens.
I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Have we seen this zone ever?
All right. So for people listening in, if you didn't catch yesterday, this zone popped twice yesterday on both Erangel matches, and we're seeing it again. So we're 3 for 3 this weekend on Erangel with this zone. Absolutely crazy, man. Literally the same exact zone.
Nothing changed at all. It is for real the same zone, Blitz. I am just confused. Are they going to play it the same way? Because you see, look, CK already in your J compound early, and then we're going to see MG. What do you think? I have a feeling. Yep, I knew they were going to go here. And I thought they were really going to play the Alamo over there, because we tend to see them over there, but it's all right. And now you're going to see TH. Are they going to play Woods? Seems like they're going to go Woods. The DA gonna do that high north rotation, stay away from everybody, probably go to one of these compounds, or maybe even the compound up there that they're at right now.
Very interesting. Like we talked about yesterday, once you get into these compounds, they're going to be trading shots, but really people are going to be bunkered in here for quite some time. So I wonder if this is going to be one of those games again where it's going to be low kills off the bat. I guess we'll find out. But yesterday we saw Torch end up at J compound and they had 0 kills for a majority of the game. So this could be another potential situation where some teams where we expect to get a lot of kills might be sort of passive because they're already in great position.
DA might be putting themselves in it right here.
Trying to rotate here for a safe spot. Look at that DA sneak with literally a fraction of his health remaining, getting away from that compound. Super lucky he didn't get knocked there.
Oh, man.
They have to be very happy that I killed and come down.
Look at how close everybody is. Remember, we tell you guys about this, where on this map they seem close, but when we get right in there, there going to be some distance in between these teams, but they all could be, I would say 4 times distance right now. Everybody can see everybody. It looks like Wills, I apologize.
Willis?
I have no idea what he's doing out here. Oh, this is his car. He must have lost his tire right here. Yeah, his car isn't looking too good. So now RTI is going to try to hold them down as he makes this rotation.
They need some smokes. I mean, I'm surprised from the J compound. We haven't really seen any shots yet. Maybe they don't have a great angle. There we go. First, some shots coming down finally. CK taking shots at the garage building. Looks like RTI might be going for an emergency pickup here. I'm not sure. They couldn't get smokes that far. So the pickup is coming. They have a little bit of tree cover. Will Lazar be able to get some shots down? They're also getting shot from up top.
Oh, Exclusive gets knocked by Problems
CK
and killed.
From the woods. He must have got team shot here. That was super fast knock to a Thirst, but look at that. Great shots coming back down on Problems to kind of slow down the onslaught.
Oh, they definitely counted him down right there. 100%.
MG just took out 2 players of RTI, just got knocked. At the same time, it's not good. They could get pushed here.
The kills are going to get confirmed. Wow.
3 different teams just knocked and confirmed RTI right now.
And this is huge.
They need to just hunker down.
Losing Link that early is huge for RTI. He's such a good player for them. Losing him that early, that's devastating. Who else do we have? I wanted to see where the other teams were because I noticed that Jin wasn't in the picture, and neither was CP. And you're gonna see a lot of this. Everybody else is going to be rotating super early, and then you're going to see teams like GT and WC rotate really, really late. And they're still super productive in what they do, so they're fine. But you're going to see that. You're going to see these teams right here, like MG, TH, rotating early and getting into fights and then doing a lot of damage to each other. And then you're going to have teams like GT, who is unprofessional gaming team, rotating in kind of late and doing a lot of damage. And at the end, Leo taking major. He can't get in. He's stuck.
Oh my! The car just like so close there. Bad placement. Can't get inside the building, but he should be okay at this point. But really, the shots come down so fast at this level, and it confirms that if part of your body is showing when it's not supposed to be, they will definitely capitalize on this. And look, SC right now is trying to do that, taking shots at the vehicle. I mean, if this vehicle flips over, he could probably get inside, but there would be a second where they could be able to potentially take him out.
Biscuit is right there. I thought he was gonna have to do that. He had to get in the car and then switch seats till he got to a position where he could get out the car and get in the door. Wow. I'm glad that you're touching on the fact of the skill level that these guys have. 1 second in the open, you may go down and get thirsted instantly. Like it's there are not many missed shots, and if the shots are missed, you're getting team shot, and somebody's gonna hit you is basically what goes down right here. What are we seeing? As DA doing like some loop-de-loop thing, I guess the circle must have shifted, and it did in some of the things that were in. I just don't understand these rotations. Has it shifted yet? It has.
It seemed in this case, yesterday there was not many teams trying to hold the top side. There was a lot of people predicting maybe it would go north. Look, nobody's at prison. Yesterday, we saw a couple teams hang out in that area. So now that the circle has centered upon itself and towards the water, this is actually a really tough circle shift because a lot of it's in the water and it's going to come off the water here in phase 4. So for the next two phases here, there's not going to be a lot of compounds. And Dope with a very nice spray on LKG Saint there as he tries to rotate. This is where so many people get taken out in competitive plays on these rotations. And Dope with the great compound here is just putting down some shots on a lot of teams.
I wish you could see my face at home. I was in shock at how good those shots were with that barrel right there. Putting him down as he drives away. Saint not going to be able to make it. More shots going down at LKG as they're trying to rotate out. And it's not happening right here. And Diggleton's his car's going to blow up. He's going to have to get out. He's not able to get out, driving too quickly. And now Karm is going to be out in the open by himself.
Member of LKG, and they have to be frustrated here because they were all traveling, most of them were traveling in different vehicles, and they literally just went through a line of fire on, basically just like getting shot from every direction driving through there. Karma's last one left, gonna have to try to play slow here.
I'm gonna have to say, I think that this may be the hardest map. Sorry, this might be the hardest circle to rotate through on this map. We've seen it time and time again where the person who happens to make a wrong turn doesn't get shot by one person, but ends up getting shot by like 5 or 6 teams every time.
Well, some of this area, there's a lot of sight lines from the compounds. The compounds here have a lot of power because it's kind of the terrain is somewhat flat. There's a little bit of a hill here to the right, but you can really see pretty far. There's not a lot of great like rolling hills, you know, kind of like Miramar and other areas of Erangel. There's like a lot of bumps in the hills where you can kind of hide in different spots or have a safe way to drive. On the northeast side of the map, there's a lot more flat ground and mostly just trees. So you're right, there's not great cover to rotate here, and definitely a tough spot. And like I said, there's only so many compounds here.
Wow.
So basically, once you get situated, look at this. So many people. There's actually a lot of small compounds for people to hold.
Right.
This next circle is really going to be a game changer.
Oh my God. No shot, Blitz.
This is exactly what we're seeing. So look at this. This is what happened yesterday. Nobody had to rotate once they got here because look at every team except for 2 is pretty much in this circle after the shift. How often do you see this?
And this is exactly
just super rare.
It's so funny. This is the same exact circle. Like nothing has changed. It literally is the exact same circle we saw yesterday, and they're just the teams that are in are gonna be in. The only circle that's gonna really matter is gonna be that next circle that we're gonna see where somebody's gonna have to move, because then those teams are gonna have to go into the teams that have been camped out there for quite a while, and we're gonna get a switch of weapons right here for Q. He put down the car 9. I think he just got a knock with that car 9 and it switched instantly to go get the mini right there.
Look at this. There's 56 people alive. All 16 teams are still in the game. I think there's going to be a lot of firefighting going on, and I think the mini might be a good switch. Maybe that's what he's thinking. We're seeing, look at CP here. They're going to be looking for a home, and just want to point out that nobody's on the water, so I think they're getting ready, except for, we have 2-3 teams that are located in the very north of the circle fighting over this spot here. Is that just 2 teams there?
There's 2 right here in this spot, but right next to him is Dope. So you're going to have... And they're playing that same spot we saw played yesterday. The little ridge on the edge right here. Who played this? This is going to be...
this is AE yesterday. Yes. Was playing here, and G25 had the compound. They decided to leave. And,
exactly.
I like that play. They actually have the wizard tower here, and they're kind of doing a little bit of zoning. But again, Dope has them kind of both zoned out.
Loke walked outside and instantly got killed by DA. They were instantly dead. He's instantly dead. DA got the finish.
The kills today are coming down instantaneously. I mean, you can't even catch them.
They're so fast.
People are getting literally killed instantaneously in this match. People are coming out swinging so far in game 1.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. This is, I'm thinking that round robin might be the best play I've ever seen. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're probably gonna skip the group stages from now on. It's just gonna go straight to round robin somehow. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm really thinking about that because this is so good. It changes the vibe of the game day to day, and even if the circles are repeat circles, you'll never see the same gameplay twice.
I want to see. So we got 2 teams in Lipovka. CP ended up crashing there on the back end towards the water.
I thought they were going to be able to get in there scot free because they run that 2-2 split. WC's running right now. You think they're going to get pushed over here?
I like this split though, because they're most likely going to have to see Lipovka. Leave Lipovka, excuse me. You really don't see the circle here. Oh, wow. Reckless. Is that just
He doesn't know.
the motorcycle? Didn't know they were there. I am so shocked they didn't know they were there. And that's a huge loss, because now it's 4v3, but really there's only 2 people there, but that's safer now. With only 3 members. But look at this. So WC now is going to be able to zone out CP, because the 2 players are going to shift over and they can watch them leave. You rarely see the circle go into Lipovka. I don't think I've ever finished a game in Lipovka.
It doesn't anymore. And it comes down to the situation where you say, after you change and say, because if they're by water, it can't go here. It's a peninsula, for lack of a better word. And that's it.
Oh, wow.
Good shots by Beretta.
Huge knock onto Trouble with a headshot, and then they're going to insta flush there. That was actually a really big trade, and also a good confidence boost here, because now they know that they can skirmish pretty well and they can potentially make it out here, especially if Beretta's going to be hitting shots like that.
Whoa.
And WC has not moved up yet to help with and
then
last teammate in Lipovka.
The other problem is Kofri can't leave. He tried to leave in this vehicle right here, but doesn't have any tires. And now this vehicle over here doesn't have any tires either. So he is stuck in between 2 teams. He was getting shot, I think, by IR as well. And then that's what really caused him to try to make that move. So I don't know what he's going to do. He might be stuck there. He might have to just hunker down. But now Dope is going to pull up here for this fight.
Dope left their compound. They pull up at an insta knock on Rit Zone. I said, this is such a hard compound to hold, because it's split level like this, and then there's also another dip by the road. So I always feel unsafe holding this compound here. And obviously the 1 IR member was at this part, and Dope was able to take him out pretty quickly.
He died.
We have the initial push. Flank from the right from Dope Z Luke.
Can't get a grasp on anybody. Did he see the...
Back in the gold AK, just got shot in the head, took a lot of damage. I don't think he was expecting that, but the team is there to back him up. Randy goes to play aggressive. Waiting for the action here. I like this play.
Zedley gets knocked quickly. Versa gets knocked.
They see Randy here. They're flipping over. Randy's going to be able to get a knock here. Calling out the information. His team, where's his team at? He needs help.
And that's it. He's gonna go down.
Lost another member there, and then he didn't get the thirst.
Wait, are they all down?
In here, just losing 1 member. IR. There's 1 member of IR left. Fighting for his life, for his Dope here.
Pinged him.
Knock. That was a pretty big knock, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to confirm this.
2 up now. They just got a res over there. M4 going to try to go for another res right here, Blitz.
If IR comes around the corner, he could potentially get a double kill. He sees him. He's got a stun out. I don't think he's any lethals. No, only smokes.
No, he mollied him.
Molly, though. That was his last lethal, so he got the molly out.
And they both die.
WC steals the kill, though, from Dope up the hill. Another team moved in right away. This is going to end up being a tough push for Dope here. I mean, they had to make a play, but unfortunately, WC came in now. And either way, whatever team survives this is probably going to get taken out from WC, who's still kind of at full strength here.
Oh, they're on top of the hill above. Yes, you're right. But they're going to finish this fight.
So we basically have a 1v1 here between IR. I wonder if he's just going to leave.
I would. I need to get to this other fight. I see everybody dying on our kill feed right now. I think it's SG who's losing people. That's going to be CP picking them up, and RTI lost a lot of people to SG over here. And then TC is going to go down already to CK. Oh, this is that what we were talking about. 12 teams up now. We went from 16 to 12 instantly.
And in the action, we missed that the circle had continued shifting south. And what once looked like a potential circle that was going pretty far north is now going to be ending at Mansion. Mansion's really the last compound here, with the exception of the compound on the hill that WC's at.
Oh, is RTI going to be able to get a knock right here? And this is one of the reason why one of these this compound and this fight right here is so dangerous is because the circle shift from looking like it's going to go way to the north, and then immediately when it has that south pullback, people have to rotate, and then they end up dying because they're going into other teams.
Absolutely. And we just went from an area with a ton of small compounds to an area with literally no compounds and very little cover. So we talked about this in the first game yesterday. unless you're in mansion or at the side of the forest, I mean, you need a ton of smokes to try to survive, or a vehicle wall, because there's just nowhere to hide right now.
We're hearing all these shots putting down from WC as I just get the kid as kid knocks Beretta, and he's going to confirm this. This high ground situation right here has been paying dividends for them right now.
Absolutely. They came in and stole this spot when IR had to go down and defend their team. Unfortunately, CP seemed to be doing pretty well then. We just saw a bunch of members get knocked. I'm not sure how many people are going to survive. It's just Stoic left from CP. We're seeing this happen to a lot of teams on rotation where everybody's getting taken out but one member. And I know we talked about this many times, that these are the frustrating deaths when you're rotating because you can't really fight properly. But this circle leads to that kind of situation, unfortunately.
This is a chalk it kind of situation for a lot of teams. Look at GT. GT got this compound set. If we're not, it's fine. We just won't fight anybody, and we'll just sit in here the whole time, and we'll win the game. They're okay with winning the game with minimal kills because this circle is so unpredictable, and you're gonna have people literally everywhere. That's what we're seeing right now. We can't even get to all the fights.
CK at CK just got a couple different kills there.
Are they in here? I have no idea. Oh, over here. They're over here.
Okay, CK is still at J compound.
Oh, he just said
they've been fighting out with
good
DH.
kill for Superman right there.
Very nice, Soup.
I thought Soup might have just set his teammate on fire, but he did not. So they're gonna have two people left. It's gonna be Monster and Soup, and it's just gonna be Slump inside. This team has 8 kills.
Where is Problems? I'm not sure. Yeah, they got 8 kills. They've been fragging out already.
They're on top of each other right here, Bliss. They're running a whole SWAT team situation. Okay. That's crazy.
Soup hopping out of the next building. Looks like they kind of traded buildings here, because I think CK was right here before. Circle just shifted. J compound no longer is in.
Oh man,
Mansion, the only compound left. Bing. And look at Gen. Look at their position right now. They have they're the only person in Mansion at the garage building, which is a huge sight line. Then they have a 2-person split on the north side of the circle, and they have one player watching this situation here at J compound, and he's going to take out
he's not the guy.
Teams that the players that leave.
He is not the guy you want watching you fight. I'm telling you, this is that's Paulo, man. Paulo's the guy. If you come out of here low on health, he's gonna kill everyone who comes from here low on health.
And this is the situation you want to be in. It's like fight smarter, not harder. You want to be third-partying teams that are fighting in any match, especially on the competitive level.
Agreed. And that is what you look for. He got that.
Beautiful stun there, hopped out the window. What a play with not many options left. Circles coming now as the other CK member is actually in the blue. He didn't know he was there though. Actually, Jen is the one that takes him out. You're right. This is QRXZ9 who came in from the side here to help Paulo, and they end up cleaning up there, and they have a couple kills on the board now.
Man, what a call by you right there, saying that you see Jen moving into position and you knew exactly what's happening. The third party was on the way. As soon as they got that third party, they're gonna pick up their first few kills, and that's huge for them.
I'm a firm believer kills come. I feel like you play for a position, the kills usually come. This nade very close, actually taking out 75% of his health there. You see the team shifting quick now to fight towards DA. Will DA push that nade or not? One of the members is weak. 2 members. Another member laying down, another frag coming out.
I don't know what DA is going to do right here. They have they can rotate more to the left and try to get in the circle, but right now they're fighting with their backs against the wall.
Literally, they know that Jen was just there with 2 players, but they played pretty smart there. Jen's leaving, so now DA has to decide what they're going to do, and they're also getting kind of pinged from the other side now. And Jen Jeff with a strong play against Ignite, and he gets flushed very quickly. Now there's just 1 player up left from DA. He's getting pinged from both sides. He's going to have to lay down here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it.
I doubt it.
Might just have to take the blue
He's
here.
dead right there. That's going to be Kid from the other side. Kid and WC
with the crazy angles.
I'm telling you, these guys get me so hyped right here. This is WC, Jin, and I believe GT are going to be the last teams up right here.
Bing, we're in phase 7. Circle just popped, and we're down to 3 teams, but 2 of the remaining teams have 4 players left. We got GT, Gen, and then WC, who's already got plenty of kills, has 3 members left, so they got to be happy. They've already made it top 3. They pretty much have a dub in their book, but obviously they're going to want to come out with a win if they can, but they've already played a great game so far. GT finally getting to the action. They have 0 kills, first knock on the board.
That's a good shot by Fiddy right there. He saved Aldwin because Aldwin was prone getting pinged by Kids, and Kidzo is, you know, we've seen him make plays time and time again, and we might see a few more as he goes. Well, never mind, he goes down the queue right here, and
wow, so WC getting triangled here from 2 different sides, sandwiched.
Flacco's gonna go for this, but now he's gonna die to Dusto, I believe. Oh, Dusto can't see him because of the smoke.
And GT needs to start getting ready for how they're going to try to zone out the last team here. They have to realize that there's, you know, only 6 enemies up. And with that, there is 5 other enemies, 9 total players left on the board.
That's going to be Tinder getting his first, I think that's his first kill, picking up the first kill for GT as well. Again, I think that GT is a good team, especially in the situation where people really... they take what they can get. They're not forcing these kills in this game. They want the win. They believe that every win matters more than the kills do. And you could tell that by their gameplay. But Jin, on the other hand, they want all the kills, Blitz. They want every kill possible on the map.
I want to see Genesis is spreading out here. I want to see what's going on. It's just hard with this circle. Look, it's so flat here. And we've seen the circle kind of end in this situation multiple times. GT is sticking together because there's not many places for them to go right now. We finally see Alduin heading to the left a little bit, which is what I want to see. You want to see these teams kind of fan out a little bit. And right now, Gen and GT are kind of spreading out, taking their circle. And really, this might be a situation where whoever gets the circle shift here might come out victorious with both teams with full strength here, 4-4.
What we've seen from GT over the course of the few games and the few matches that we've watched them, GT usually has everybody together most of the time, and they rarely split far at the end of games, but we might see that happening right now because you see the 2-2 split starting to form a natural formation of it seems like.
Oh, look at this being GT just knocked Genesis and they're completely focusing there. And check out WC. He has no throwables left, but he's hiding right on the edge of blue, and looks like they've kind of let him. They're not looking his way anymore. Like, all of the players are looking towards Genesis. If he waits and even takes a little bit of blue zone damage, he might be able to spoil GT's game. It just depends, what is his goal right now? Is his goal to try to snake in and win the game? Is his goal to get a couple more kill points? I really wonder what he's going to be doing here. Desto now kind of realizing that there probably is a play over there and putting down a smoke.
He's going to take
this could get interesting.
He's looking to take this 1v1 because he knows Flacco has to get up. But Flacco's looking, he's going to flash. He's going to give away his location. But he does spot Desto. If he hits him with this, it's over.
2 good flashes here. The AK's out. Shots are coming in. Desto goes down. This is a huge loss for GT, and now they're looking his way. They're going to take out just Flacco, but I think they're going to get this kill. Potentially no circles coming in too slow. They're going to be able to get the revive off unless Genesis plays aggressive here.
And you know them by nature. That's how they play. They're going to start using this as the opportunity to get some better sight lines.
Coming out, trying to spot them. Just missed them at the tree there.
Good res right here.
Very lucky angle. Big res from
huge,
GT. Huge res. Fiddy here has an important role right now. He has to stop this onslaught. He just took a ton of damage. He's got to heal up here. If he goes down, that's going to be a huge loss for GT here. They could potentially lose this fight if he goes down because he's kind of anchoring the left side for them. So I want to see, and also Tender here as well.
Man, in the weekly, this happened to GT so many times. Going into phase 9, they kind of get cornered into a position now with it. Now they're all together. And the only way they can win is getting some big knocks right here and then moving towards a person.
Yeah, they're kind of they had this dip here, but it's not going to last. And I'm trying to look. Fiddy out of throwables. Desto with a few smokes left. They just threw down 2 here. Remember, smokes take a couple seconds to give enough cover, and they last for about 30 seconds. But we have 2 minutes left in the zone.
I don't. They need a huge knock right here in order to win this. And they might have it right here. They get one. Alvin gets one.
That was a big knock, and that was on a player on the outside. Like I said, the outside players in these final circles are the most important players because they're holding the edge here from big flank rotations, right? So now that they knocked one on the rotation, they could potentially rotate left, but they knocked Fiddy for the trade.
Oh no.
But GT able to confirm that kill.
Fiddy dies to the play zone as well, so he's confirmed as well. So now it's a 3v3 on the high ground, and Dusto goes down again, and that's not going to be good. And then Tinder goes down now. It just leaves Alwyn 1v3, I believe. He has the potential to do it. He's a good enough player. And as I say that,
beautiful shots coming down. Definitely headshot in there. Kills came down fast. Another player. He knows he's at the tree, but he's running out of ammo. Is he going to switch or try to reload here? He goes into the smoke reload, runs out of health, and Genesis comes down with the first win of the game, with 12 total kills.
Let me tell you something. That's the way you start out a day right there. That is the way you start out a day, Blitz. Great plays from everybody. GT, 2 kills. But a second place, and WC with 3 kills. I'm sorry, in third place with 7 kills right there.
Dude, they did not lose composure there, Genesis. They lost one of the members first, then they got the trade. Momentum kind of shifted back. They had more of the circle there, but Genesis, I mean, both teams GT were fighting it out. Could have went either way there. Kudos to both teams, and obviously congratulations to Genesis with a very strong first win there. A great way to start off the night with a ton of momentum.
You know who's causing the problems over there? It's just Flacco, man. The wildly veteran, as people would like to call him. He's been in the scene since the scene was created, and he's still playing at a high level. It's going to be 3 kills for him in the first game, but he's able to get 2 big flashes on Dusto, get a knock. It doesn't actually win the game for them, but it does slow down their momentum, and it allows Jin to make the rotation that they need in order to get the kills at a later time. And Dusto had the idea. He knew that there was somebody back there, wasn't able to place him because Flacco had been in the prone for so long. And then there's no, after you get hit with 1 flash, you have no chance to win it. But if you get back-to-back flash, it's all over, Blitz. Especially at this level. Hands go up. As soon as they see your hands go up, they're full on pushing and they're hitting their shots.
Yeah, WC played that really well. They came in, they rotated really well into the top of the compound and ended up with how many kills here? I think 8 once just Flacco came down with this kill. So they definitely got to be happy with that. And, at the end of the day, even you somebody, you got to come down with the shots, and he did pretty well with the AK. And I'm seeing, a lot of people run the AK. Obviously we see Desto here with the barrel, but a lot of people running the AK. And I like to see that. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. What's
crazy is he switched his personal favorite meta, right? So he's an M4 guy. That's his gun. Until recently, he just moved over to using the AK with the red dot, and he's doing a very good job during that transition. You can see that he controls it very well, and his spray is on point, and that really helped him out right there. Speaking of sprays, we have to talk about this spray that we just saw from Aldwin. Whew, with the 3 times on the M4, great shots to put down one of the members of Jin. We're gonna see that come up in a little bit, and then this is I expect to see this ending between these 3 teams multiple times throughout today. And I think that Jin and GT are in the same grouping, so they always fight each other. We'll see them fight every time we see D play. Those two teams will be in there, and they'll be bringing it. So I love it. I love to see that. Jin doing what we expected them to do, playing aggressive after they see a knock, and GT making it and surviving to the final phase of the game, which is what I expect to see as well more times than not. It just is what it is.
I was surprised to see Genesis just going back a little bit. They are actually one of the only teams at the end there. They were the only team in the area of Mansion. And sometimes, a little bit of luck there, because yesterday we saw a lot of teams pushing Mansion, right? Remember, there was like 3, 4, 5 teams fighting over the Mansion compound when this circle was in the same spot. This time around, everybody went north. So Genesis got a little lucky there that they were able to hold it off. Obviously, they played it perfectly and came out with the win. But this is PUBG. These things are random where people are headed to. So that just plays a big part. Obviously, in the outcome is where other teams decide to go, and sometimes it's just random.
It's really bizarre the way, or not bizarre. It's really interesting the way that we've had this circle now 7 or let's say 4 times. 3 times in the last 2 days, and it's been played differently each time by all the people participating, but it usually shifts kind of wild, and it's interesting to see the way people are rotating and how people are dealing with dying on rotation, right? Because a lot of the teams didn't have a chance to fight. Let's take RTI for example. They didn't even have a chance to fight during this whole game. They just were dying in rotation most of the times. Or
so,
DA.
so many players, that died in rotation. Absolutely.
But teams are. Let's see if they can bounce back from it next game, because we always talk about how one game leads to another, and if they can bounce back and everybody can bounce back and play well on Myanmar, this is going to be a forgotten circle. But well played by the teams that can handle their rotations, and the teams that understand that when things get a little bit spicy, you might have to dial it back a little bit or turn it up like Jin does and just get in there with everybody. Well played by these guys.
Here we're about to see this beautiful M4 spray, and sometimes like it didn't come down with the headshot, but I'm assuming one of the shots was a headshot. And so, the M4 is such a strange gun because I always think of it as not the strongest AR, but when you get those headshots, it is just packs such a big punch. It takes people down pretty fast still.
So everybody, we're gonna take a brief intermission, and that's gonna be me and Blitz finished our first game, and these players finished their first game as well. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Thank you all very much.
GG's.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at match number 2. It's going to be Miramar, and this is going to be the PCL in a championship series, a 9, and this is going to be round number 2. We are here with D versus B, and we just came off of our first match. Is going to be Aaron Gale, and we saw Jin get their first victory. Now, there's something I got to tell you guys. Jin is 100% dropping Picado, and I want to see if somebody's going to contest them, or have they all just, nobody's going to go there. They're just going to let them have it. I'm here. I'm Invasion Bing here with Blitz. Blitz, we had another wild one, man, and we had another circle that we thought we were going to have. What's up?
This whole weekend, the circle's been the same spot on Erangel. I want to see where the circle goes on Miramar. We've seen a lot of Eastern circles yesterday and today so far, so we'll see where this pops. Plane going from Alcantara down to just below Puerto Parisa. We saw this pretty much same flight path yesterday, and the circle popped kind of by El Azhar Impala. So we'll see what goes here. Genesis, like you said, only team going to Picado. We got a lot of teams in the Los Leones area right now.
All right, before we finish this, I was too late and it didn't work. I was gonna pick Prison Circle and we didn't get one, but we have a chance here, chat, to get Los Hingos.
Wow, this is interesting. So I would say that kind of looking just anecdotally here, 50-50 teams, maybe even a little bit more of the teams outside the circle right here. A lot of teams. Look at this in the Hacienda hot corner region right now. San Martin, MG split up here a lot. We have a player on top of the hill, 2 players by Hacienda.
If you know MG, their drop is Haas, right? So they didn't. Oh no, he didn't know he had. Oh, he has the shotgun. Okay. MG really wanted to land these, they land that corner to corner thing, right? Like all these outside ones. Rat couldn't make it there, so he decided to land inside and have Fade and Tick land on the inside. Again, I like the way MG didn't have the game that they wanted to at first, but So
the plane ride was pretty south here, and it looks like these players tried to push their flight north to get to where they wanted to go, and the circle being so far south here is going to make it pretty tough because these guys haven't even started looting yet. What you're pointing out right now, we have a team all the way at Alcantara, and check this out. WC is in El Pozo by themselves, which is awesome. They get this whole entire city to themselves with really not too much to worry about except for the team below them at Monte Nuevo.
They've made this switch from going. To be honest with you, I don't have no clue where they used to land, but now that they have started landing in El Pozo, they get it practically to themselves, and there's so much loot here. And when somebody else does drop here, I think a team that drops here sometimes is Valid. If let's say a team like Valid would drop there, there would be a lot of people in there, and the fight would take a long time. But that was happening in the group stages. But I don't think Valid made it, so now it's just gonna be WC taking that position, and they're gonna come out with a lot of loot. Remember, CK always lands power grid in this little split, so sometimes they catch teams in rotation coming down Monte Road, but we're not gonna see a lot of teams do that with this circle. But what we will see, Blitz, is we're gonna see that wraparound thing that we see sometimes.
Potentially, yeah, absolutely.
Where nobody actually drives through the middle. Of course, we're going to have teams drive through the middle, but we're going to have teams like SG. They're just going to take this road all the way down and get in. And we're going to see the same thing happening with like NOG and teams of that nature. Because down here isn't playable terrain for real, right? With the mountains, everybody really wants to get in early. And I think Jin might go to the church right here. And if they do, it's going to be a very, very strong play.
Yeah, so mostly you don't want to be driving through Picado. If you play ranked, everybody knows this. You don't want to drive through Picado, but Jen is leaving Picado, so it's actually open, but players aren't going to really know this. And right now, I wanted you to point out DA right here. DA, I think, is in one of the best positions in this circle. If you can pull up the mini-map, they're right in center. It looks like they might be having someone else appear here.
LKG?
LKG's here. DA, so they're actually going to fight over a really early position here. So a team could have had great positioning, might go down early.
Saint had the ability right there.
The scar could have potentially knocked him. 2-time scope sometimes is that distance though with the scar can be a little difficult. Shots just went a little high.
Oh man, you like to see this action early in Miramar.
They're pushing the long building quickly. I wonder if anyone's going to get on the roof. Usually that's a quick play. Get on the roof of the long building, try to get some control. Only one member of DA is there.
Diggleton, as you called out, long building on the roof already. He sees Sneak on the back end, and then he saw
Genesis taking out LKG from downtown, super far away. Genesis, crazy knock right there. And then Saint taking out Diplomacy, insta flush.
Sneak with a good play right there. I mean, not Sneak. Saint closing the door, not letting Sneak get any shots in, and then Deadeye goes down as well.
Closing in right now.
Oh
Genesis
no!
Closing in on the minimap, dude. They might appear here.
Oh no!
For a third-party cleanup. I love this. Everyone getting out of the vehicles at the same time. They've located Diggleton. They don't know obviously where DA is at the moment, but we're gonna see a point collected here in just a second. He made it to the other side of the roof, actually. How far are they gonna push this right now?
Oh, they're in.
They're in, and they are committed to this push already.
DA has left, so now this fight is just gonna be LKG fighting Jin, and Saint gonna go down as well. So it's just gonna leave Karm by himself. He was just not ready. They were not ready for this push. I wasn't ready for this push.
This is unfortunate, man, because LKG, that was the situation where they were trying to rotate last game, and they were down to everybody but Karm. In this situation again, he gets some great shots on Jeff, but just not enough to finish off there. And is Genesis gonna walk away with all players there?
They are gonna leave with everybody up. It's just they get there. This is the thing. You wouldn't expect a team to third party you this early in the game, and two, you don't expect it to be Jin because they should be in Picado somewhere holding buildings, and instead they're right there at your door. And now they have the best, like Bliss pointed out, they have one of the best compounds in the game, especially since it's at the crossroads, and people are going to just start trying to drive by this place, and they're going to be able to put down a lot of damage on teams as they rotate by. Wow.
Yeah, this is a big compound. There's also another compound south of this one that I feel like when this circle goes south, you're going to be in for a really long time. There's a lot of great compounds. Right where kind of GT is headed to, there's a compound right to the left of GT that gives you a great sight line of the whole area. There's kind of like a farm down there. This is one of my favorite compounds to hold in rank where GT is headed to. And I'm not sure if they're going to go past it or not, but usually whoever has this compound can stay in for quite some time. Are they going to go here? There we go. This compound is great. If you guys haven't been here in ranked, you can hold this thing down for a super long time and kind of watch everybody that is in the area below you.
It's funny. If you guys have seen that famous clip, I guess, that we have on the PCL Twitter, this is where it happened at, to be honest. It actually happens right here on this particular hill where GT has takes down MG. And you can tell that these teams have places in the game where they love to go, and that being one of them for GT. They're going to find that compound as many times as they can. Oh, look, Rat is rotating by himself right here, it looks like. And RTI is going to give heavy chase. Is Rat just trying to get out of here? Oh, no, they can't. Is he going to lead them into the fight? He might lead them over to Noxy. Oh.
So we're seeing here, this is all the teams that are trying to push in from the top of the map right now. Look, we got is that NOG?
Yeah,
is going to be going on the right side. RTI and MG coming in late from the north. These teams obviously were trying to loot at San Martin Hacienda area, get some gear before heading in.
Look at this though, Blitz. Everybody went super south, right? If you're somebody like MG, you can just stop at the top of the northern part of the circle.
Be totally fine, absolutely.
And it's gonna come back. I think it might come back to them. You know, I'm very hopeful that it goes to this island over here. Of course, you guys know I love those kind of finishes, but it's probably not. Like, the odds of it going over there are slim to none. But man, if you just stop, and I say that and it shifts to the south.
Sure. Shifts to the south, and DA is looking in a good spot. I also really like DA's compound as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hard to hold, but you have great sight lines. This compound they could probably stay here for a decent while. We'll see if the circle just centers on itself or shifts more left. But a lot of teams here, looks like GT,
I think they're going here
with their spot. They're going to continue moving forward.
I think they're going to this compound.
We see a crash here.
I think they're going. They're sending it, unless they, like you famously say, unless they peacock out right here and shoot some shots and make them move. They actually turned it down. I think they saw some. There it is. I think they saw the cars, turned down that positioning, and they're going to go to a different position. So
there are some small compounds here, and there's also a church. Sorry to cut you off. That somebody could take.
GT, they don't make those. They don't take unnecessary risks. For example, right? Because we know other teams, even though they see that car, they still send it on that position right there, and then and they might go around and lose a player or two. GT doesn't want those fights until they have to take them. Right now, they're just going to wait and find another compound until later on in the game, and then they'll take that fight right there. Look at this split here. Jexy's going to be by himself. The rest of his members, you can see them on the map. They're opposite sides.
He just got spotted by Bretta right now, and the team is actually pulling up to his left here. There's not too much cover. He's going to have to get down and lay down, or he's going to be in a tough spot. He needs his team to come from behind and potentially get some shots on Bretta and J4 Langer if he's going to survive this.
Their splits, they are so confident, man. Like I can't even. If I was playing casual
Reckless without a scope though on the M4,
he's gonna get this. I think
he's gonna pull up above Jexy here. He just took some damage. He's getting in a Murado. I think he's gonna be able to get this. There's not too many options. Murado's pretty slow in this terrain. Does he have a secondary? He has the mini. He's gonna be able to get any shots. He's going for the M4 over mini shots, and TH just popped up above him. Missed opportunity just a couple seconds too late there, and now it's time to get back, or else TH is gonna catch
was
somebody
one
in the field.
shot, and he goes down the SG from a distance. That's going to be Schmillen getting a knock. So what I was going to say is they play with so much confidence and so much like. If I was playing casual, I still wouldn't make the splits that they make in the comp scene. Like that's how good they are, right? Like that's a huge split, and he still was able to get out of there, and no, they didn't lose a player from that insane split right there. I don't get it. They're just so talented.
I'm surprised if I'm wondering if the Murado was left there strategically, because I didn't even see the car there. He went immediately there and got out. I mean, he was pretty close to death, but you're right. Pretty ballsy play. It ends up working out for them. And sometimes you got to make those splits though for informational purposes, and that's how you catch people out. I mean, you kind of live by the sword, die by the sword when you make those plays. But you got to risk it for the biscuit, man. And sometimes it plays out.
I think I'm gonna just go on a limb and definitely say he left it there because he knew exactly where it was when he started to leave that situation, and he had to have something to get there. Sort of like the situation you see with WC. WC got a knock right there on Kidzo, and now WC's kind of in that same precarious position. And you're gonna have Laser, who's always looking to get some DMR shots on somebody. He might spot WC, and that's gonna put them in a tough position as well.
So what's the WC is down a man here?
I don't know what happened. I think he might have died to a member. Let's check and see how many kills. He must have died to Dingus over here.
We got SE with 1 kill. Maybe they got the knock. I mean, maybe they got the kill. They had a knock before there.
Yeah. It would be the only thing I would think would happen right there, to be honest.
Phase 3. Let's take a look at the circle. Oh, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams on the east side, not in the circle. 2 teams, CK and RTI, still on the north side that have to rotate. Dope took the very center plane. We have a crate here where no teams are located. No one's taken this hill yet above the crate. There's a hill with this compound. TH might be heading up there. SG Laser just went down.
Kidzo with the beams, and I think the rest of SG has left his spot, so there's nothing to do. The rest of SG has already come over here. It's going to be Schmillen and Godrin in here, and I don't know where Jexy is, but if you remember, Jexy was the person who was in that Murado by himself. He's going to be over here, so you are going to end up with a situation where the 2-2 split left them vulnerable. And like you said, live by the sword, die by the sword. It's just what they intend to do and how they play the game.
Yeah, when you make these plays, I think, these players, when you're playing aggressive, you know that sometimes it's not going to work, but you know that you're playing aggressive because that gives you the opportunity to make big plays and take out good teams. And at the end of the day, like we talk about, some people are going to play passive, some people are going to go for the big plays, and it's all about how your team and how your IGL is playing that.
As long as that's and that's the key right there. As long as that's your focus is, and your team understands that there may be
accepts that that's what you're doing.
Right. If you know that you may die right here and you're fine with that, then let's do it. But if you don't understand that that's what's going to happen, then there might be some problems. But I think that these teams are well informed, and they know that they know
the risk.
And they're risking it every time. They've bought into that situation. Randy's getting taken down. It's IR dying right here.
Getting a nice knock on IR, but was that he
knocked him?
Finish?
Yeah, he knocked him earlier before their rotation, and then he just got the kill. But we're going to see Jin push down right here on King.
Jen making another push right now, already with 4 kills here. I can't believe they're pushing this compound. I don't think Dope was going to expect this. The team just pushing in right from the top, and they're coming in super strong. Gen just makes these pushes super strong. Kind of reminds me of Invasion yesterday. When they're coming in, they just come in quick, and then when they decide to leave, they decide to go. They're very decisive. Seems like they make these decisions very quickly, and they came in hot. And they actually just pushed Dope across the street. Is that what we're seeing here?
Yes, we are. And you know, the team that a lot of players and a lot of people want to want to compare Dope to, or compare Gen 2, is Invasion. That's their number one rival so far, and the team everybody wants to see them fight every day, all day. So it's really nice to see things like that, and that's a good compliment for them going forward, because they almost play identical, to be honest with you. They risk it a lot, and they make instant pushes, and they have the confidence to get the kills. It looks like we lost Godrin right here, and Shimon are going to go down, and I think they both went down to SC. SC might be doing work over here on this side. We haven't caught their fight yet, but we do see a lot of people dying to their hands. A lot of shots.
He's kind of by himself there. Team is coming in to help him, but he was by himself. Let's see what TC can do here.
NOG on the high ground. This is our first kill from NOG, I think, that we've seen. Yes, it is. Frito gonna go down. Loke going down again. Exactly gonna have he's gonna leave.
Baba pushing up with the barrel here. Is he gonna catch exactly out in the vehicle? Shots coming down. Kind of a hard angle to shoot with that kind of vehicle, and he doesn't really take too much damage. He's gonna be okay unless he loses the tire. I think he did right there at the end. I think he spun out right at the end there. He did.
Ooh.
And what a crazy shot there with the, was that an M4?
That was an M4 four times
spray. Pulled out the mini, but it was the M4. Wow.
Wow.
What a shot from that distance there.
They're gonna have to rotate away from now.
GT looks like they just took out Dope. Dope's eliminated. We missed the fight, but GT.
So
I don't know where they were, because were they situated under the bridge just holding this out? Or
I didn't see them
here?
I didn't see them the entire time.
Not see GT. Oh, I think GT was on the side of the mountain. They must have crashed over here and then caught Dope running away from or taking the lower position.
Wait.
Genesis.
NOG's coming right for this.
And now NOG's here now.
And
everyone's
gets
just
knocked.
pushing the center. What is going on here? GT was still recovering from the fight. They were not ready.
Wait. I think they got some shots for SE. Put some shots on them too from up here, and got some knocks. Hey, that
was crazy.
Jen's still good. TH taking a spot. Jexy down here with the 1v4. What can he do here?
Look, I can't believe Genesis pushed back up. We got SG here. Exactly 1v4. Tough spot. J4 Langer coming out with a nice mini kill.
I think Kofri's the last person up for his team, and he is. Man, things are happening at a alarming rate right now, to say the least. And we got Wax getting knocked, or did Shogun just get knocked on top of this mountain? It's gonna be Shogun down, Wax going for the res, in Bad Miss going down to the blue. Oh, he didn't make the rotation over there. Blitz, he got caught way back there on their first initial where they dropped down before they could push down. Wow. IR getting held out as well.
If you can quickly, let's take a look at the circle fest. I just want to see where these teams are moving out to. The circle's getting ready to pop here. CP stuck kind of at the edge. DA moved up north. I wanted to see what happened to them if they were still alive. They moved. They're the only team on the north side of the circle, northeast side of the circle, excuse me. MG moving in to where Dope was.
All those compounds that we highlighted earlier are all out right now. So these guys had to rotate into this compound, which is, I think, will be the strongest compound going forward, or the compound down here where MG is. The only problem with this one is if you're in the location where TH is, you have the high ground over this compound for people standing outside. Yeah,
and it looks like Circle just shifted towards TH. The compound TH is in is fairly large, and it's pretty hard to hold, but I don't know if anyone's going to go directly up there and contest, because actually the mountain kind of slightly looks over TH. So I wonder if anyone's going to push up there, how that will go. DA is making a push here where they crash into RTI. We'll see.
There is 11 teams are alive right now in phase 5. It doesn't seem like there are that many because of the sort of terrain there is. Oh no, CP's in that terrible position where you're across the street. We talk about this. If it's ever the end of the game and you're across the road and you have to cross the road, you probably will lose a member.
And I think they're just understanding that they're gonna lose some people through this fight. They lost J4 and Stoic, unfortunately. Retta able to make it through with Reckless. Will they be able to fight this? Retta with a huge kill on Soup. The insta flush kind of turning the tides here a little bit. We got a 2v2 fight. Stun coming out, great shots with the AK, plenty ammo left, but a quick kill comes down from Bazaar, quick knock.
Trade, instant
Reckless,
trade.
great trade. What's gonna happen here? Can Reckless get the heal? He doesn't have a ton of health. He's gonna go for the points.
Exclusive has to put some.
Because Monster's not in a position.
Oh, here comes RTI. They're gonna pick it up, and now CK's gonna have to run from this.
Coming from behind, super unfortunate. They pushed out of the compound. Now they're pushing back. They came in just perfect timing to steal the kill and then run back to safety. Good time to capitalize on that.
They were in that compound, and look at this. You know what I like about them? They pushed out a little bit, but they didn't full send, because they now can rotate back to the compound if necessary.
I like that. They didn't overcommit. They just came in, they got their points, and they knew that let's take the points, let's get back. I like that. Every point counts. We're
starting to see a lot more teams not full send and instead get the kill that they can get and then leave instead of overcommitting and putting himself in a very bad position. Rat's going to be Oh, I thought he was going to last one alive. He's not. FaZe the only one who went down right here, as the rest of MG has started to rotate.
Ooh, tough here. Rat's got the AUG, but just such a tough fight here when someone's got the Rich and you don't. Rat kind of caught out in the open there. But honestly, he might have provided some time for his team to move into a better position. Sometimes that's just what you're doing as a player like that. Perfect Molly coming in on Gen. How did he not go down there? That is crazy.
He didn't die.
I don't know how the Molotov's officially confused me now. I don't know how you don't go down when a Molotov directly hits you.
So I think he
was laying down in it.
I think he met it. I think he got his med off as soon as he got hit. So it was, I don't know. That's
canceled out some of the damage.
Some of it. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Shogun goes down to a nade as well. That is insane. That is a wonderful Molotov from him. Oh no. Pick's still going to be able to provide some. Oh no, he's getting held out too. Paulo's going to go down to the blue and he's going to die. And this is good. This is what I meant for THG. And I was scared for that compound for MG. It's just that high ground situation right there is just too good. Look at all these throws. These are
and TH is playing it well. They're not just hiding in the compound. They're actually playing on the edges. They're saying that's the biggest threat to that compound is if someone pulls up on the mountain above you. So they played this pretty well. They came out. They're holding their position. This is what you have to do. You can't just play in the compound, and they are playing it the correct way, even though they kind of got a little bit of circle love. They still have to play this right to command the spot. People talk about circle love all the time, but you can easily play the circle wrong, and they're kind of doing the right thing here, even though they did have the advantage.
What's nice about this is if you play it this aggressive, because they're still holding their spot, but they're still playing it aggressively, you won't have to be in a situation where you win the game with 1 or 2 kills, because you're out here fragging still, right? You're still gonna protect your domain and protect your lives and your players, but you still can get out here and get some kills. What we're seeing right here, they have what now, 4 kills? That's huge. Because
and I want to see what Genesis, they already have a bunch of kills. I want to see if they're going to decide to push up to TH. They have 8 kills right now. Vest is cracked right now on QR. Which way they're going to go? You see they're thinking, they're talking. What are they going to do? Is there someone to our right? We definitely have a threat if someone pushes that way.
But this side of the map, they have to know that there's nothing over here, right? They might go for the shack play, but they're going to fight IR.
They're about to run into IR here, Asylum.
They're going to hear each other.
He's got a 4 times on the barrel right here. I don't know if you want to be skirmishing with this. He just changes to the red dot. He's got a bunch of lethals here. You don't want to see him go out with 4 lethals in his inventory. 2 frags, 2 mollies. He must have heard footsteps because
I think they both heard each other and then he instant went in. They heard the fight up here. And they moved.
This is insane. Genesis quickly is not even there anymore. They left. Look at this. Is this CK?
They came
up and they skirmished hard. A lot of low health on TH, but they're going to heal back up and they still have all of their members left. We're down to 5 teams here.
RTI is going to.
RTI and well, they're full force.
They might cause a problem here. This is a team not known by a lot of people. This is another SA team, but they can really frag. So in this, DH, I hear him fighting. I can't see him. Kofri.
Oh, there's one member left. Oh, okay. I was confused who this was. Wow, WC's still alive here.
They'll take that placement. They'll take those placement points, though. They'll take those placement points. 5th place. Yeah.
So there we go. TH going from 4 to 7 kills there fairly quickly as we move away with the camera. TH and RTI, the last 2 remaining teams with 4 players left. Gen and IR with 2 players.
Gen absolutely putting shots down on this, too. They're looking to still get these kills.
I wonder if TH is going to push down the hill here on RTI. Or are they going to just command the top? They do have position. Looks like they are pushing here. RTI getting a knock on IR. TH definitely hearing the shots. They've been playing aggressive. They're going to continue here.
Spots them, but their spot is 2.
Finally seeing some sight line.
I think
taken out to the play zone.
TH just has to hold their ground, but it's going to be tough because they're going to get pushed by Jin and RTI right now, at the same time.
Genesis is getting ready to try to get behind TH here. They know what's going on. You see one of the members of TH is actually holding the line. He's kind of anchoring the back part of the circle. Genesis trying to look for an entry point.
Ooh, it's going to get spicy right here. Let's go to Shogun real quick. Let's see what he actually sees.
Shogun is looking for that flank from Genesis, but they actually kind of cut back up short. So he's actually unable to help here if they push, but he is heading in though.
They are playing this so well. It's just confused. I think they're confusing TH right now because they're just on the move. They haven't been able to spot them yet, but they can hear them.
Genesis has been moving very well, but eventually they're going to have to make a move. And they're really only going to have one opportunity to strike here.
Oh, there it goes.
Genesis just spotted Shogun here, and now Shogun's giving off the information that they're right in front of him. TH might try to wrap around. If RTI smart here, they can come up the hill. They just took out the last member of IR, so now they have time to head up. Then in a skirmish with Wax, and he comes out victorious.
Jin goes down. That's going to be TH taking over mountain control. Now RTI has to push up.
One of the members down. RTI is coming in. I think they saw the knock. They're coming in pretty fast here. Can they capitalize on this? Slump trying to get the heal off. Ethel's coming in. Molly to the right. Is it going to land just behind? Nice stun from Problems here.
Problems.
When the assault is coming, you got to get out as many throwables as possible. Utility is so clutch in these situations. Problems got a Groza though, and up close.
You never die with your utility. Never die with your utility, Blitz. That's a fact. Throw it all out.
Smoke him if you got him, man. Throw him when you got him.
Throw him all out. Teams not hitting their shots right now, but this is a hard terrain, hard area to fight, and they're throwing so many flashes at each other.
The pressure's on, and nobody wants to get knocked first, so everyone's doing the proper peeks. Link goes down first, though, and now a trade with Wax and Shogun going down. 2 members of TH down. You got to imagine they've been skirmishing for a while. Their gear is probably pretty broken at this point.
I think Problems is the last one up.
Now there's one player left of TH's Problems, but he's got the Groza, and we know anything can happen with the Groza, but in this case, RTI finishes strong with 9 kills in first place and TH in second. I think they're going to come down with just over 9 kills, and then Genesis, I think, coming in third there, followed by IR in fourth. Is that how it's going to land? And it does go that way.
You know what's crazy about that right there is as soon as the first person gets knocked, it just opens up the floodgates and everybody else gets knocked right after. It's like they were peeking off with each other for a very long time. Nobody was getting knocked, and instantly one person gets knocked, and the trades just go down the list, and that's good play again. This is a rough circle, and we're starting to see this circle a lot more where teams are again. The shifts are so tough right now, and they're so difficult where people are rotating so much, where they haven't been able to put their footing down. And in this case, one team did get the circle. It was TH, and they capitalized on it by playing aggressive and holding people out as they start rotating up. I think that's a well-played game by TH. They got this trigger happy, I believe, getting the win. Decent plays by them.
Oh, for sure, man. And also, it's interesting to see that RTI ended up with a decent amount of kills there, even though they held that compound for a long time. And looking back, TH here, this was awesome that they were able to get some of the stragglers from the other team. But as this kind of replay develops, we're going to see that we all know this. Genesis was kind of the thorn in the side of TH there. They just could never really lock them down. And then when they skirmished with them, RTI was able to come in and kind of capitalize, even though it took a little while, like they didn't really capitalize right then and there. It kind of did stop them from being able to maybe spread out and stop RTI from getting up that mountain. And then once they were there, they had to kind of fight them in a tougher situation. So many times you see those teams with 1 or 2 players left that really just, I say spoil the game. It didn't really spoil it, but kind of get in the way there. And Genesis was definitely doing that.
We saw some teams go out that we didn't see a lot from, or we didn't catch on camera. Like we didn't see how GT went out. Well, we saw GT went out, but we didn't see how they killed.
We didn't see how they got to Dope.
Right, we didn't see that kill that they got on Dope, because Dope had to run from the push from Genesis, and then instantly it looked like GT was there. But then right after that, we saw a really good push by NOG. NOG was right there, and I want to make a statement for SE. SE took a lot of people from a distance, and they were playing this game very strong. I think they ran into a TH as well, and then ended up going down. So I'm liking the Miramar. Let's see how the next one's gonna go. I like the switches right here. I like the plays. RTI finding a good compound, staying in it for as long as they can, and then playing it smart. Remember, they pushed out, got a kill, and instead of full sending it on there, so putting themselves in a bad position, they rotated back to their compound, gathered their composure. Then they're gonna push up this hill a little bit later, and then they're gonna end up getting the win. I think it's being played right now. I think this stuff is being played very, very well. I like it. I'm enjoying,
especially in the end here. We're seeing a lot of situations where I feel like in the other games we were seeing so many teams with only a few members making it to the end, and yesterday and today we're seeing the final teams have almost all of the members up here at the end, and we're seeing a lot of 4v4 fights at the very end of the match, and that leads to some crazy battles, because like you said, that first knock, everyone's looking for the first knock, and then people tend to play aggressive after that first knock, and that might have hurt DH here. As soon as they got the first knock, they kind of went full forced with the momentum, but then RTI hit their shots, and then the tides turned really fast. We're going to see that coming back here again. So RTI comes down with the kill on IR, then Genesis knocks Slump here, and then as soon as RTI sees that, they start making the way up the hill, but they were pretty far away here. Genesis gets taken out. Slump is down. Wax is low health. RTI is on the push. None of the mollies or lethals came down here. Something that's so much harder on console than PC is kind of the peak shot. Bing, I think you're mentioning that they were kind of missing some of their shots here, but it's so much harder to do this on console because a lot of players, if they're peeking and crouching very well, most people are using paddles. I'm assuming a lot of players in this use paddles. I know some people still don't use them. I don't, and I play a lot of ranked and in competitive, not in this kind of competitive level, of course. But obviously, I'm assuming that maybe some players don't use that. But on PC, it's so much easier to crouch hitting C.
I agree.
And then also click aim, and occasionally I do play on PC. It's a lot easier to do those kind of peak shots on PC.
I agree. This when you do see somebody hitting those shots like this on console, you have to give them a lot more credit than what I think is being given. That takes some skill and some talent. It is very hard. It's very hard to do, and it's like you said, PC players make it look really easy, and it's just because they have more.
More buttons. Yes, exactly.
More buttons. But a lot of these people play Claw too as well. We'll talk about that later. I want to ask you something about that in the next game. But with that being said, everybody, we're gonna go to a brief intermission. We'll be right back.
GG's.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry that we missed the flight pass. Sometimes we're not able to join the game until a little while later into the game. So I had to restart, and now we are here. And it looks like we have Dope and TH already on top of each other right here and getting into a fight in Los. And there was another team that was into a fight at the high ground. That's gonna be WC and TC, but we're gonna get right in here in this fight right here. And remember, this is the PCL. I'm your host, Invasion Bing, here with Blitz, and we are watching PCL Championship Series 9. This is going to be the Americas. They started as NA, but this is the Americas. There are SA teams and NA teams all participating in this. And we are doing Group D and B today. And it's going to be our third, I believe, our third grouping in match. Our third grouping in round number 2. Man, that was a mouthful. Save me, Blitz.
I mean, there's a lot of technicalities going on. I'll let you cover that stuff and get tongue twisted, man. So, dude, I know there's a lot of action going on, but I'm really interested in where this circle, where this plane path went, because so many teams are in a straight line on like the east side of the map, going from north to south, and we got a fight going on in Cruise, TC versus WC. Did Frito get a knock here, or is everybody still up?
I don't know. Let me back up. It looks like, let's go to Kofri. They did. So Trouble is out.
They lost Trouble. This is an interesting place to skirmish in. There's a lot of small buildings. There's a lot of good cover here as well. A lot of teams, a lot of walls. A lot of players can maneuver in and out of places. You kind of lose track of them. So I wonder if TC is just going to like loot here and maybe try to head out the south side of Cruise, or if they're going to fight to the death. We'll see if they head forward or go backwards. Burrito seems like he thinks someone's right there. Oh, and he was right there.
He was right. Yep.
Get out.
Nobody has vest yet, so they haven't been able to actually loot successfully. And they just dropped on each other and started fighting.
This is crazy. Kidzo is by himself here. He might be able to play spoiler if he just waits long enough. They're probably going to imagine that they left, especially because they lost a member. Like, why would you be here, right? If you lost a member,
yeah,
you're probably trying to regroup. So if he waits long enough, I mean, longer he waits though, he's not looting, getting any loot done, exactly getting shot, but he lays down behind the shelf. And now TC's been alerted where Kidzo is. Now he's got to go. And he's trying to head out, and it doesn't pay off. Outcast takes him out, and WC's going to lose 2 members at this point.
Just not able, man.
Out of here, head out of North of Cruise, and try to get some better placement here, because they're not going to want to fight this 2v4.
He was just not able to get the vest and not able to get the early knock that he needed with the UMP, and then he's going to go down because of it. Everybody remember
TPP, he probably could have done that, but FPP, it was too hard to know, where exactly they were.
100% TPP. He gets all those kills probably because he's just going to TPP that place and they never saw him. He probably going to get a lot of kills right there. But for everybody who's just tuning in or who was in the intermission, those statistics that we showed right there are going to be a little bit delayed. We don't have the winner of the last game or the scores in just yet. I think it should be coming up in a few minutes. We might put those scores on the screen so you guys can know where everybody is right now, as well as the damage and the kills. I was asked to do that more so people could see exactly what was going on in the games. Oh no.
Absolutely, man. I think it's very helpful to look at in between games, and we can try to bring it up a little bit more by broadcasting. We have GT here and Jen fighting off. Like you said, GT doesn't like to usually fight early. They like to fight for position, and they're getting a very strong kill and flush there on ITHG. That is a huge way to start off the fight. I wonder if Genesis is going to
they're pulling back.
Just leave. Sam heading out.
Yeah, they're gonna pull back. You know what happened right there? That was just one of those weird situations where the timing was absolutely perfect for both people to be there at the exact same time. Because as soon as THG pulled up, he was already pulled up on by the entire team of GT, and they just can't win that fight.
Wow, look at that GT. But heading up, an aggressive play here to head up on the hill and potentially skirmish with MG. MG's looking the other way. They might not notice that GT's here, but they're going to hear him soon. Will Fade see him? No, he's still checking out the compound. Gets fragged left and actually gets knocked. This was very shocking to see from GT. And now MG is responding. Rat, actually, look at this play. So smart. He's pushing out all the way left here to try to stop the push. We got Noxy coming in the vehicle. He's going to
got knocked by Dusto as well.
Rat goes down for a barrel headshot. I mean, that's such a quick way to get knocked. There's really no way to counterplay a 7-6-2
Oh
headshot.
no. And then Noxie's just gonna leave, so Tick is gonna die here. They just left him there. Tick was too far down. I don't think he's gonna survive this. He's probably gonna go down from the 4-man push right here. And you know what's shocking to me? What's shocking to me is that there's no it shocks me that Jin isn't there to fight now, because I would think that they would be there. And then Noxie gets knocked by RTI. What?
Oh no, they just got eliminated. That was just honestly super unfortunate. Why is RTI even here right now? It seems like so random that they pushed up this way. I don't know where they were before. Obviously, a lot of teams are trying to command this mountain because it is center circle, so that's why they're there. But that was just super unfortunate timing for NG.
This could be a huge game for GT if they can take Jin down right now too. So if they take down MG early and they take down Jin early, oh man, no, that's not what they need.
Finally came. It took them a while to get up here. I don't think they had a vehicle. Smokes are coming in. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to save him though. That was a big knock for Jen, retaliating against GT, and now GT has to decide what they're going to do here. Oh wow, IR spoiling from super far away there. GT has to see that just happened. Actually, this is really good for GT.
Randy goes down
from Dope.
Dope is over here.
All in this super long distance firing coming in with the SKS and the Mini.
Oh my God, I am. So many people are just dying, but the line of sight is just absolutely great for these teams. Alwyn's gonna go down for GT. RTI pushing up from the opposite direction.
I can't believe we're seeing shots from Los Leones all the way here. RTI moving up slowly here. They're going to be able to take out GT. They get a knock right as soon as he gets revived. They get a double knock from Link here with the barrel. Perfect situation to catch him doing the revive, and now GT's out.
Link is so
GT,
good.
look at this. They played aggressive. It actually paid off for MG, but bad timing. Both teams, they got sandwiched, which happens when you play aggressive and push out of the compound. But kudos to GT for trying. They made a big play. They got some kills, but ends up just not really paying off in the end for them. And they get taken out, and Jen's still alive with 2 players. RTI's here. Will they push? Jen saying, let's get out. We got some kills. Look at this firing going on.
He made a little beat right there. That's pretty nice. So PC, 1 player left. They got into a fight with NOG. They're able to rotate away from that. Also, we see Paulo just now making Paulo and his team rotating away. They actually lost a tire from those shots from RTI. Let's go over here to SG. SG center circle. You like to see that. And then we still have 1, 2, 3 teams in this position. And Los SE hasn't rotated in yet. CK starting their rotation in, and then you have CP over here on the outskirts as well. So man, so now with the other heavy hitters out of the game, Dope and teams like TH, LKG, SG are gonna look to take advantage right here. They do have Jin, it does still have 2 up, but again, you still don't have the teams in there that demand the respect that from their name, right? And not just
Absolutely.
from their gameplay.
A lot of good players eliminated early there. And what I want to see is, if you remember this, Bang, we actually saw a very similar circle here in game 2 of Miramar last night. Obviously, it's still very early on. We saw a circle end kind of in a crater to the left of Bendita. And we'll have to see where the circle goes here. And I'm seeing what's kind of strange is so many teams are going to Los Leones area that the area around La Bendita is actually open right now. So teams are able to shift in there from the north. I think people are getting into position now. SG now has pushed up this hill again.
Wait.
Another team enters the hill. I don't know where they came from.
I didn't even expect this to happen. Why would they have been right here? Why is this the rotation?
So many teams are fighting for this mountain, which to me, it's such a difficult mountain to hold because it's pretty long from north to south there, and it's really hard to hold the entire thing. And you are open from so many different areas, like Los Leones, like the compounds above Facado here. But they're going to head out, and I think they're going to survive with all members unless someone gets knocked on this rotation.
Good rotation out of there by them, and way to have their head on the swivel. Remember that this game did end right here. We saw that really good plays going down, and remember Torch had pushed down into the compound inside this crater. But
Exactly.
I wonder if we're going to see that again. That would be
I just
excellent.
can't believe we don't see any teams so let's have Bendita yet. I mean, those spots are going to come in. Sometimes those are or people get in early and kind of lock it down. We got LKG here catching out CK Monster. I'm not sure if they know exactly where he is. He's laying down in the corner. Diggleton searching.
I'm just shocked that we're even seeing these teams play right here.
Oh, Monstar doesn't know he's there. Diggleton, will he go down? Finally gets shot by the AK.
He threw a random
nade
grenade.
Just misses.
he
Almost hit him with the random nade. Monstar gets the flush. And the thing here is LKG can't really retaliate on Monstar because Bazaar is here with the SKS. Got a great little bridge to lay on.
That was a good play by Monster to play the inside of the ridge right there and then have somebody bait and then allow him to get that kill. You don't really see that much fighting going on in this particular place, but hey.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Soup might catch the two members of LKG out and they're not really sure there. This is actually such a good play though when you have two players that are kind of holding below the mountain and then the opposite side, and they need Monster needs his team right now. I don't know what happened with the communication here. They didn't notice LKG pushed and they're able to take down Monstar. I'm not sure. He must have got shot at.
Bizarre, yeah, not putting down any shots. And then we're not seeing
Stupid exclusive just a little late on the action.
Soup goes down the Karm. Their rotation was just a little.
Just took them a little too long, I think, because they were just trying to run on foot and just didn't make it there in time.
And I don't think they like exclusive doesn't now. He finally spots somebody.
Exclusive, great shot there. Did he get the knock?
No, he let go before the knock
happened.
Great
shot. Fighting below here, super hard to fight at this kind of angle. Karm goes down. Bazaar getting shot. I don't know where Bazaar got killed from. Bazaar is down in the blue.
I don't know what happened.
It's exclusive is left low health. Gutty's also going to get a first aid off. Goes to actually cancels it.
The nade went out on him and he just wasn't confident.
Exclusive playing this slow. Look at this. Gutty thought that he was going for the revive, and Exclusive goes for the kill. That was actually pretty clutch there. Is he going to go for the final kill and wait for Soup? I mean, the first knock does take a while to come down, but the blue's coming. He's here. He's going to listen for footsteps. Saint trying to figure out how he's going to push up. He's looking for a lethal. He's got a stun and a smoke. He's going to throw the stun over. He might have stunned himself here. Soup is up, but low health. Oh, he didn't even look the right way. Didn't know what ridge they were on. He didn't know.
That's just a tough play right there. They had the opportunity to get that wipe, just not able to do it right there. It's just tough. Just very, very tough. We got Frito, the last person out of the zone, I think. No, Exclusive still out, and then WC making their way, and we did see that fight with them. SE in a fight with Jin right now, and Jin gonna be in the high ground. They like this area. We seen them push this about 5 times before. They really like being right here, and with a 2-man, this is a good compound to hold. You can see people coming from multiple directions. RTI still holding their spot, and they have all this free because nobody likes to stay in Picado for too long. And
I can't believe that we might see another circle, and like we're seeing a lot of similar circles the past 2 days, and we might see one end in the crater again tonight.
They're literally just carbon copy circles right now. It's like we've only played the same games over and over again in a different rotation. It's like they're playing backwards, to be honest, though.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, everybody, this is going to be the last game on Miramar, and then we're going to be ending on Erangel, which I saw some people mentioning in the comments. People are liking this map rotation format, and I think everybody, while Miramar is great and competitive, I think people love to start and end with an Erangel. So this is really exciting for us. Hopefully the players, the viewers, everybody involved.
Let's see if we can show the leaderboard quickly while we're waiting here, and we can. So Genesis is in first place right now. Trigger Happy in second, RTI in third, Winner Circle in fourth, Console Killers in fifth. In sixth place, we're gonna have Infinite Rage, Unprofessional Gaming in seventh, and Direct Assault in eighth so far. Nice. So the features do work. Enjoy it.
Awesome leaderboards here. Genesis with a 10-point lead right now, and I guess that's just off placement because they're only 2 kills ahead of Trigger Happy Gaming.
Yeah, you remember
pretty big lead there.
They got to win, and Trigger Happy got to win too. But they must have more kills in their win or second place. You're right.
So Genesis started off with the first win, and then Trigger Happy took the second game.
Yeah, and then remember Genesis was they were like second or third in game one.
They were.
Two,
They were
two.
in game. No, they were first in game 1, and they were third in game 2. You're
So
right.
that's
so
where
they have some good placement points.
Yeah, that's where the placement happens. If you got to get them out of there, you can't continue to let them. Oh, we're gonna have a fight right here between IR and Dope, I believe, because IR's on foot. Dope's coming in. CP
And CP is close by too. They're gonna hear shots soon here.
CP
We're gonna see some
really
major
wants
fighting
this.
skirmishing going down.
Oh, they're pushing out of the zone for this fight.
Oh.
Dope sees them though.
What happened with CK? How are they not? I'm just so surprised that they're not fighting already. Like, what is going on here? IR taking out 2 members of Dope. 3 members of Dope go down.
Oh my
And just
goodness.
like that, I think Dope got confused between who to shoot at between IR and CK, or maybe they thought they were the same team. I think that was just super unfortunate for Dope there.
Somebody's
CP.
pinging. This is gonna be RTI pinging CP from behind. IR backs all the way up and says they don't want any of those problems. Dingus is gonna go down Apollo, and he gets confirmed. SG has moved into that compound that we talked about down there. Wait, we need to go down here.
I think they were trying to skirmish on that hill there, and then they were just getting shot from all over the place. Genesis shooting from the gas station Hotel of Picado up the hill.
They're picking up kills on 2 different teams here.
Wow. Okay, so SC, a whole other team is at the hotel. I'm not sure why there's teams even here still, right on the very edge of the circle.
I don't understand the rotation. And they're dying for it. Biscuits goes down.
They're not going to be able to get him up here. He's outside the building. He goes down. He gets confirmed. Actually, did he get confirmed from NOG? Might have. RTI now getting shots down the hill.
RTI is farming right now, Blitz. I'm literally farming from this position. They got the kills and they're just killing everyone.
They're in such a great spot. They have such a good sight line. Nobody's above them. Everyone already fought above them. Everyone's left that area. RTI is the only team left at the warehouse compound. They have sights on CK. They have sights below them. So they're in a really good spot. And if IR can get some revives off here and smokes, they might be able to hide here and stay in the circle and actually zone out a team if they can kind of group up again here.
I think they might run into an issue right here. WC is checking to see if anybody's here. I think this is the circle.
This is the same exact circle. We saw basically the team where DA was. Actually, the team G25 ended up winning this game in the crater, but really DA, that positioning ended up being the best last time. So we'll see what the circle favors in this game.
Right. This was DH. Remember, and they just held all the fighting went down yesterday on this particular mountain, but today the same circle, the fighting is going down in a completely different spot.
Mostly on the southwest side of the circle,
here,
for sure. There's
what
really
is going on?
None of the teams really took the compounds to the west of Vendita, which are so popular normally. But that's what's so fun. We're seeing a lot of the same circles, but for us as viewers and casters, it's so fun to watch how people are playing it differently and kind of learning from their strategy here. And DA.
IR lost another
IR
one.
has not been able to find a place to go this entire game. They got to be getting frustrated here. They're going to have to frag out versus DA to take this spot.
They lost a member quickly. I think Godrin got a knock with the car 9 and then he instantly got knocked again.
And look at this, WC could be coming in behind DA. We also have NOG coming in from the top side of the map here. This could end up being a third, fourth party situation on the side of the mountain.
I like that Red Eye went into that shack right there and used it as physical cover, but now they're in trouble. This is what
NOG
we didn't
coming
see.
down against DA. DA, which was in a great spot now, is just going to get crossfire. WC went from the compound all the way to fighting NOG. That's crazy. They could have cut in and third-party IR or DA. They made it so far that they're actually stopping the push from NOG, which is such a crazy rotation on their part.
That was a good knock right there. Laser's going to knock Langer out there, and now Kofri going to go down. They're going to have to get an instant smoke on him.
Again, WC, just 2 players remaining here.
Oh, CP's did a funky
TP's
rotation.
coming in late from behind. They've lost a couple players, though. It's just Beretta with no health here. Is he going to make it in and revive? No.
No way. There's just too many people over there. Versa going to get a kill over here. Going to put diplomacy out, but Randy going to go down. Where's he at? He's right here. Red Eye.
RTI right now getting kills from the side too. They just confirmed a kill from that side. I can't wait to see the kill totals here. It's so hard to track what teams are getting the kills right now.
And this is the fight. This is the fight we've seen so many times on this mountain, where wherever this rock is to this next rock over here is where these teams fight at.
And WC is holding their own for only having 2 players here. Let's see if NOG is going to play aggressive and try to flush them out. I wonder if they're getting
no way, right? No way, right?
Players. This nade. Such a good nade. Surprised it only took half damage. I mean, that nade was super close. If this was old school nades, that would have been a knock.
this was old school nades, that would have been, oh man, instant knock. 330 damage is what would have came up on the screen.
Oh, good shots from WC, just off, and he had
Gopher's gonna die from that.
Of health, and he went down to the play zone. NOG getting knocked by just Flacco. He's the last one up for his team. Playing super strong with the double knock right now.
Uh-oh. Flacco might be going for one of those.
Getting the thirst.
Yes,
There's one player left.
No util right here. He does get flashed, but he doesn't care.
Coming in. Oh, it's his flash.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's gonna push this.
Loco's going for the revive. 7 seconds. He hears Flacco pushing. Flanking left.
Flacco wins with a heady.
Out.
Oh no.
Flacco with the 7.62 headshot. I talk about it every time. It's just so it's hard to counterplay when you get headshot with the 7.62. Now we're down to the final 4 teams. 4v4v 2v1 here.
Wait.
RTI, such a strong position.
These guys are still alive?
Dennis is still alive somehow.
What is going on, man? RTI in that position is wow.
This is crazy. And then who's the team with the other 4? Is that SG?
Yeah, that is
RTI with 4.
SG with 4 as well.
Where has SG been situated? Were they in the crater? 4, or where are they coming out of with 4 players? We haven't seen them.
They were in the crater. They were in the crater in the house.
In the crater, and now they've head out of the crater.
Right.
They're getting crossfired from RTI.
I think this is RTI's game to lose, I believe, because they are in the perfect spot. Nobody on their side. We're gonna see.
Because there's nobody on their west. If they take half the circle, usually when you get to the end game, if you can control a third or half the circle, usually are in a better position to win. But again, Genesis here might play spoiler for RTI if they kind of swing back. But right now, they're probably going to just spoil out SG because SG is going to run into Flacco here and Genesis. So they're running into 2 teams without all their members. But no, Flacco goes down. Laser catches him out and insta-kill with the barrel.
Nice shots by Laser right there. And now they're going to have Jin getting pushed right here by the rest of SG since they've been spotted. RTI can play. Right now, RTI can do a good job if they start shooting at SG right now. That would be excellent for RTI instead of having to fight a fresh 4-man if they get a quick wipe.
Let's see RTI Link pushing up here. They don't have their whole team and they're going to skirmish. They have 3 members of RTI up, 1 member staying back here with the mini. SG coming down with some good shots. Just over there, just missed his head. Jeff doesn't know that is right behind him though. Giving an opportunity for Jexy.
He just needed to slow down a little bit, able to hit his shots now. Paulo's going to go down in the same way. Jexy still has that angle. And now Link going to take down Jexy. Now it's going to be a 4v3. RTI 10 kills.
Link is on the push here, getting great swipe the barrel 4 times. Not enough to knock him down though. They might be able to get this revive off. I think they're going to. If RTI wants to win this, they're just going to have to fan out and play slow. The molly there catching.
That's
Laser on fire. But today, how many times have we seen the molly bring someone down to no health but not take them out?
Wow.
So close.
And then Link's going to get picked up as well. Wow. He was 5 HP, right?
Yeah, down to 5 HP. 2 players in the shed here. As soon as they get this revive off and first aid up, hopefully they'll spread out to try to give themselves better position. On the flip side, SG needs to get a player here to the left. I think we're seeing one of the players head that way. Godwin heading to the left to try to get a different angle.
Yeah, there we go. There's everybody. Kind of confusing there for a second. Godwin's going to be on top of the hill in the back.
This is a great view here. He can't go too far or he's going to get killed. Circle is mostly centered on RTI, but we still have another phase here.
Godwin going down.
Godwin going down, and he's the player all the way out. We talked about this when you go out like that. Not really full flank, but trending that way to get knocked in the situation. They might not be able to get him up. If they do, RTI could push this, but they might be in a pretty good stalemate here. Let's see, does he get the revive off? He's made it there, and there is a little ridge. No helmet though. for Jexy.
Gonna be able to save him right here.
At this point, though, I'm looking at the no helmet. I mean, that could be huge. Looks like 2 players without a helmet on SG, and they're not going to be able to find any gear here, I don't think. I don't know if there's any box they could loot. There might be a Genesis box there, but I'm sure they don't have any great gear after all the skirmishing on this side of the map.
These teams have to play this so patiently right here. They're gonna wait for the circle to pop and hope the circle goes to one team or the other, and then they can take advantage of it. Let's see what happens.
I think you can tell that a lot of teams have used their utility already. Wow, circle goes to RTI.
This is gonna be a very tough win if SG comes out with the win here. They're gonna have to get some knocks. Matter of fact, if I'm RTI, I don't even think I peek anything. I think I let them walk to me.
That's the passive play, and honestly, it makes sense. I mean, look at SG's gear. Every person we're looking at has. Jexy's got a cracked vest, no helmet. I mean, he's got 6 smokes though. This is the way to have any opportunity to win. Is throw out all of these smokes when you guys are ready to push, because they're gonna have to make a push. They have 16 seconds. Most of the teams not in the circles. They got 30 seconds with each smoke. I would start throwing out every last smoke and utility you have right now to potentially just catch somebody on RTI out. We're seeing the smokes come out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smokes.
Jexy's gonna be 1 HP again. Where's this nade gonna go? This is important.
This RTI throwing a great nade right past the shed. Just goes a little too far there. Look at this. I like this. Jexy getting into a good position here. Just slowly moving. Might be able to rotate left. Throwing out a nice stun. All the throwables coming out. Last ditch effort. I love this play.
Don't die with your.
Jexy moving forward. He just got someone running backwards.
No.
Great shot, but it doesn't come down. Oh my god, I couldn't believe that.
It's vest. It's what you said. It goes down to their vest. Not able to withstand these shots, but that's going to be a good knock.
Godwin getting a nice trade back.
Godwin going to go down. That's going to be tough. RTI with the win. Wow. Wow.
I mean, RTI with 14 kills. It's crazy because they ended up holding the position that all of the teams wanted in the very beginning. They fought out, and then RTI comes in to take the position, which ended up being such a great spot. Coming down with the #1 spot, winner, chicken dinner. SG with a decent amount of kills. They have to be proud of that game. Genesis placing in the top 3 again, consecutive for the first 3 games. So kudos to them.
That is what I was going to mention too. That spot that they fought for so tough pays off, and pays off in a big way. 14 kills from that position, able to farm as people are rotating down to the motel, able to get those kills on some of the CP members as they were pushed up at the top above everybody else. Just doing so well from that position definitely helped them out right there. And it wasn't a position that they didn't have to fight for, because they really went in there and got it. So GG's to them right there. And SG had I actually believe that SG had an opportunity to win this. They just didn't have the gear that was necessary for them to get the win. If they would have the gear, they would be able to get that win right there. And man, well played at the end of this game. Just not much you could do after you've been in so many fights, after your gear is whittled away, and after you've been knocked so much. It's just tough.
I mean, obviously they're a great team. They could have came back there even with the gear that they had, but they didn't get the circle. They didn't have the gear, and it was still pretty close, but just really tough situation, especially when 2 players don't even have helmets and you have a cracked vest. You might as well just not be having any gear there. And it makes such a difference, especially when, at this level, that's huge, man. And something that I want to touch on really quick is that sometimes I feel like players and their IGLs are so good at kind of reading these circles that they go to these places almost too early, right? Like they kind of called it. MG, GT, they kind of called like this is going to be a powerful position in this match, but they're there almost just like too early. And this is this kind of balance of PUBG. Like, when do you get to the spot? If you get there too late, you're going to lose the spot. If you get there too early, you can get sandwiched. I mean, some of that is just pure randomness. You don't know when another team's going to come up and kind of ruin your spot at the wrong time. I mean, this is the randomness of Battle Royale and sort of the luck aspect of it as well. But it was, you could see that they made a good call. It was just a little too early in this particular situation.
Right. And you know what I want to touch on too? SG went from being inside the crater, picking up some kills on teams as they were rotating out, and then getting into this position. We didn't see a team play the inside of the crater this well we haven't seen a team play the inside of the crater and actually escape it, like make it out. Every team that we've ever seen go in there so far has died because the focus of the fire is down in the middle of the crater. But the thing that helped SG do that is there were so many fights going on around the outside of the crater and towards the southwest, I believe, that they were able to kind of go under the radar. What we were seeing in our previous matches that we have in a particular spot, we see everybody's focused on shooting down there, and it's usually a bullfish situation, a fish in a bowl situation, maybe. But what we're seeing right now is we're seeing SG make it out of there, make it to second place. What you need to do, we haven't talked about here, Blitz. We haven't talked about the fact that you just need to be in the top 8 overall at the end of this in order to move to the finals. So not only are you playing against the teams that are in this current match, but you're playing against the rest of the field, the rest of the 32 teams. It's a collective thing. So you have to be in the top 8 all together to move in and be in the finals. And if you don't make that, then what we do is we regroup the final 24 and we round robin them again in order to get another situation like this. And then we take the top 8 from there. So for me, I believe that winning the top 8 is great in this situation. So get as many high placements as you can and as many kills as you can. And don't just think about winning this particular game.
Absolutely. I mean, consistency at this point is huge. And, I know teams are wanting the kills for those extra points, but just being consistent here, it was just hard with these circles, but is going to be a major factor for the teams placing in the top 8, like you said. So we'll see how it checks out. We'll be checking out the leaderboards when they refresh. Hopefully we can check it out next game. And I'm definitely excited to see where people are going to be ending up here.
Well, I think this is the first time that Group D has played, or maybe Group B has played, but I would love to give you guys the overall leaderboard. But I feel as if it's going to give you it's not going to give you the right concept because it doesn't have the number of games each has played, or somebody might not be looking at that. But we'll
okay. So yeah, I gotcha.
We'll try to give you guys that coming soon. But we're going to take our final intermission. Everybody, thank you very much for coming. Me and Blitz are enjoying your company. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you all.
Welcome back, everybody. We are dropping in on the fourth and final game. This is going to be the PCL, the PUBG Console League. I'm your host, Invasion Bing, here with Blitz. This is match number 4, Aaron Gell of D versus B, round 2.
We got the plane going straight up the map here, literally from south to north, going from the military base all the way to Severny. A lot of teams heading off early. We got 2 teams heading to military base, and most of the teams are out of the plane before Rozak here, and they're spreading out pretty evenly west and east. Actually, west side towards Gaka, nobody's really heading that way. We're seeing some players, some teams head out east, the mid side of the map. We're definitely going to see a team heading Severny.
We got 2 teams dropping in Military Island.
DA and GT. Look at this.
Not something we've seen a lot, right? We usually see teams avoid this. We do know that GT drops here often, though, and I wonder if DA. Wait, no. Matter of fact, DA does drop here, to be honest. So I think this is one of those times where 2 teams end up in the same spot. What is going on over here?
Dude, we saw this on the first game of Erangel. We saw multiple teams on the outskirts of Georgia Pole.
I don't know why they love it so much.
See this again? I know people love this spot. It's not for me, but I know people love the spot, especially in the competitive scene.
They love it.
This is one of the drop spots sometimes for SDK. And look, we get a circle that pops west here. Georgia Pole is kind of the center location, with Gaka just being south of there.
I wonder if Exclusive didn't come back in time for the flight path.
Potentially here should be okay. Over there, he might be able to just scoot out to one of the compounds, find a vehicle, and meet up with CK on the opposite side of Yesnaya, or maybe rotating in.
He might have to. Oh. Justo getting a knock early, and he's going to try to escape this.
Wow, Desto with plenty of health, just getting 1 health left after that fight. Split up from his team, taking out one of the members of DA. This is big because both these teams here have been playing fairly well, but they probably wanted to end really strong. So them landing together is definitely a tough way to start off this last match on Erangel. And
they're going to winning.
Let's see what happens.
I mean, they're going to team push him. And then after that, it seems like, oh, this is smart by him. Try to rotate around.
Desto making a great play on the side, but he got caught. Takes out a great headshot on Sneak. He's trying to get over to get some cover from the cement barriers.
Tender going to get a good knock right there as well. Now DA's in shambles here.
DA 2 members down. Ignite low health. Obviously, this early into the match, they're not going to have the ideal setup they want. Maybe not even all the meds that they need to survive this. The flush coming in on Diplo and Sneak. It went for the chase, and it just did not end up working. They were so close to taking him out. Ignite holding the doorway here, but no one's coming.
They're doing a good job of not over pushing it here. They don't want to lose a member of their team this early in this fight, that they have the upper hand. You know where he's at. No need to overdo it. Wait for him to come out, unless you're going to stack right here. And if they do stack,
he just got the sideline. Tender knows he's there.
Oh, no.
Shots, he's getting knocked, but he's going to be okay.
That's it. See, that's what you want to do. That's smart and well played, right? The reason why you do that is because you really don't want to get knocked from that issue, from those situations right there, and lose a player for no reason. I think they played that really well.
For the instant flush on the retaliation, so you're right. You don't want to lose somebody there. They basically already had the dub, so if they lose someone, it's really not worth that trade, right? You want to leave military base with all of your members up. And shout out to DA, playing very well today. Tough way to end the games, but they have a lot of good stuff to look at for today. A lot of great gameplay. So hopefully,
and point wise, they're doing well, right? Like, again, this is a over the, like you mentioned before, this is a over the course of time thing, right? Like, as long as you continue to play consistently, you still have a chance. Each group plays 6 times. Each group played 6 times. So, today's, I think, their first time playing, so they're fine.
And there's so many games, I mean, over the course of the season and just in life of PUBG, so it's so hard to be consistent. RTI crashing here, but 2 players of SG already low health. One of them is knocked, in fact. Second knock coming down from Jexy onto Leo with a nade. And they have a strong position, but look at this. RTI, one of the members, is in the building.
Jexy dies for that.
Takes out Jexy.
You think they called out that there were 2 players here? And that's why they made the push?
I wonder, they must have just thought, you know, they're probably split here. Let's go for it because they're coming in super strong.
Chameleon trying to get this confirmed. I think he... Oh.
Nice overhand nade, but it bounces off the car. Unlucky bounce for him. Team is pushing. He knows it. That was his last and only lethal. Bunch of smokes here.
Godrin getting confirmed. That's going to be IR. IR coming in from the opposite side, putting in work. They knew that the teams were here. Randy's going to try to pick one up over here too. I think Leo Blitz is in a good position and they can't get the thirst here. They're going to...
So many times when we see aggressive plays coming in tonight, we're seeing other teams just be there. Like, I'm kind of surprised that we're seeing IR just in this location, heading over, and this could really create some problems. And if another team, which I would not doubt, pulls up in a rotation, this could get really crazy and a couple teams could get eliminated fairly early on here.
I accidentally pushed this button to see where Laser was, and Laser is somewhere eons away driving around, and that's gonna leave Chameleon in this compound by himself, still just standing there as ITR still trying to get him out.
And this might be good. I mean, if Chameleon can just wait, IR's crossing the streak here. He might be able to just wait while they skirmish, unless Randy gets a Molotov in here. No, he goes down before he can even throw anything.
And he dropped a nade on himself.
Terrible timing, man. That's always unfortunate when that happens. You're trying to get throwable out, and now RTI makes the move, and he does. They don't even know, but they honestly caught him trying to take out IR. That was the perfect time to push. They're not even in there when the nade goes off. Just crazy timing for RTI. You can't even make that up. That was nuts. And now Silence here.
Zone is behind as well. Versa went down as well, so IR is losing members. Crazy. They lost another member. Link gonna get the knock.
So obviously they came in here with the high hopes of third partying, but RTI just getting some crazy timing there. And now they just flush IR. They're wiped.
Wow. Great pickups right there. And RTI picking up on that momentum that they had from last game, carrying it over into the next game. You love to see that. And now we have TH making their rotations into the zone right next to TC. We haven't heard much from the coalition today.
This is crazy. I know we're moving on, but I think Laser got the care package and is now hiding, but he might get caught from Dope if he can make it out for the rest of the game.
Is he? Am I under him? I am under him.
He just got caught by Dope.
He didn't even know. I think he was going for the care package and he never got it.
And he came back. Oh no! Now Dope's gonna circle on Laser here.
And Laser's gonna get a put down.
Firing through the car, almost killed him, but then ran out of ammo. Oh my.
No! He had that knock right there too. Has him down to so low right there, not able to get it. And then we're gonna have CK put down Biscuits and Willard, and I think the rest of the members have driven by.
We are seeing so much skirmishing again in this fight. I don't know if it's because the last match of the day.
They're sending it.
We are 9 minutes in, and we are already seeing 4 teams eliminated, and we're down to 45 players.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy that we're seeing so many fights early, and teams sort of fizzle out going to game 4, right? Like if you've not been having a good day, you're kind of like over it and you're just waiting for the next game to end or whatever like that. And people are just sending it like this right here. Like,
this is crazy. TC will exactly make it through. I think he's gonna survive. Tire just popped.
Oh, it's gonna flip
Buggy
over.
Is low health. If this was old PUBG, it would be instant death, but exactly gets out at just the right time. Acrobatic exit from the buggy.
What? That was crazy. How does he do that?
All in first person as well, dude. That was sick timing.
That was crazy. Hops out of the car like this was a he hops out of the car like this was an action movie, right? Like he was a superhero. That was crazy. Let's see what Jin is doing there outside. He's actually in the open, the wide open right here, as GT starting to make their rotation into the... Oh yeah, this is a good compound for them. This is going to be a good spot for them. Let's see where the circle is actually. And I think Q might be in trouble.
So Circle kind of went centered in on himself. Ruins is kind of roughly centered here. Chopstick's going to be a very big spot to hold.
You know what's crazy? how many games do we see GT in a center compound, and then you see MG right next to him, right? Like,
it looks like they both play for great positioning. I mean, you see it out of both teams, great players, and they're both going for great positioning.
They're almost identical teams, and I say that all the time, but they, GT has, they're almost identical teams, because then you have two major fraggers on the teams, which you have Desto, and then you have Ratatat, and then you have additional support members like Noxy and Fade, and then you have Professor, and then Fiddy, and those kind of people playing for GT. So they almost have the identical roster. It's like one team was made after the other team. Seriously.
WC there getting a knock on RTI and the flush on rotation. So RTI lost a member. RTI definitely the team to beat right now. After the last couple of games, they've been playing really, really well. There, as we refresh the leaderboards, RTI is actually tied with Genesis for first place. They're both at 44 total points. So we'll see what happens. Either way, they're both in great positioning. LKG and Karm, so many times we've seen them unfortunately kind of split up and getting caught out on the rotations. It's been kind of a continued theme here for LKG as they go to take Mount Everest, and Dope playing aggressive here.
Going for these kills. You just can't, it's sort of a situation where you just can't call what LKG is doing. It seems like they don't have they don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? They're not in unison with their calls, right? Like two people going one way, another person going another way, and then one person gets caught out, right? So they just need to get some things together, it seems like. And as I say that, Flacco trying to go get his confirm a kill on one of the members of TH is getting pinged from a distance. I don't even remember what team I was just looking at that was shooting him. That's going to be RTI, again, putting down shots from a distance.
Did we just see a couple of members of TH taken out there?
Yes.
Hard to catch all the action as we're kind of flipping around, but looks like TH is leaving with, I don't know if there's another person in the car. It's just Slump is the last member left.
Everybody else has died.
WC, surprisingly, you wouldn't consider Watertown always as such like a commanding spot, but they were actually able to get some kills holding down Watertown. They're still in the circle. Ruins getting the center spot with a crate there coming down, but we might see Dope crashing from the north. Got to watch out for them. We got CK, who could make a pit stop at Pachinki, but it's going to be heading into the circle. No one's taken that center compound right south of Ruins just yet.
The threes or this one
could come into play.
All these are still good spots, and we usually see a team go here, which I think we might see MG make their move over there right now. What this? I just clicked on the MG guy and it took me all the way over there. That's crazy. So and then we haven't seen CP make their move in either. And yes, they are going to make it to this compound. This is a really good compound for them. Again, I like MG in any place where they can shoot from a distance and then work their way into the zone. Either they need to be in the middle or a compound of some physical cover and then working their way in. I like to see them play like that. And I think it works well for them. Same thing with GT. And now GT is going to be able to hold both of these, and they're going to be good. Jin is going to be in this position. They used to call this Dimshik's compound right here because this is his favorite spot to be in. It was actually called Jimbo's compound when his name was Jimbo. Now they're going to be able to hold this. And they might run like a crazy split right here with two on the top of Church, just shooting from the top, getting there. But remember what you said. The fact that CK is inside of Pachinki, and nobody expects them to be in there, they might pick off one or two Jin members.
It's really hard to hold Church. I feel like that's such a hard place to hold. That's why I like this split. But the split could also open them up from getting attacked. It's a hard place to defend. There's not a lot of cover. Obviously, you can be in the church, but people want to be on the roof for the sight line. I just feel like usually it doesn't really end well. And we'll see if CK pushes out or pushes into Church. Dope. They are pushing into Ruins. TH Slump should be able to hide in Ruins for quite some time. There's so many little nooks and crannies in Ruins.
I'm surprised Dope allowed TC to walk in, right? Like they had them gate kept, and instead of staying there applying the pressure, they backed off and then let him walk in. Wow.
This next circle is going to give a lot of information for teams of where this is most likely going to end up. It's still pretty big. We got a body of water for the north, but the circle could still head that way. Let's
go over here to MG, who's not doing much. I saw him taking some shots at LKG. LKG is gonna have to move away from this mountain, I presume. And look at this, we're getting shots taken down right here at SE, as there's no, the cover that they were using is not gonna work on RTI, as again we're in Jin and not in RTI, but as RTI should be able to get this kill. And look, WC has started to move over there towards them as well, because like you said, Watertown is in a position of power. It's actually a liability when you really think about a compound the whole, because of the water basically. So
no one's behind them here, so they just kind of flexed on the mountaintop here and have a pretty good sight line of RTI and also SE in the corner there. So we did see a lot of fighting early on, Bing. So this kind of makes sense that there's a little bit of downtime because a couple of teams got eliminated. Look at CP here, Bing, bottom left, crashing GT at the end of Chopsticks.
Are they gonna have to leave and then group with their team? Yes, that's what they're gonna be their play. Now, this is the thing that happens, I believe, when two people, when the team pulls up in like they're not together, it ends up being two people can just run away. If they would have pulled up as a 4-man, all like at the same time, I don't think they escape.
Encircle the compound, they don't escape, but they do risk. There could have been a whole team there. GT could have fragged out, but that was true. It is crazy how these things happen, man.
Right, it's like a timing thing
from
this point of view.
From the observer, yeah.
It's a timing thing, but I think that's the reason why teams like GT, teams like SG do a good job, because they've just, as soon as they see that happen, as soon as they see the car coming, they just back away. Oh my goodness! Again, Dope gonna lose a member right here. That's gonna be Ratatad taking down M4, and that's why I like to see them. I think that's why I like to see them in compounds where they're at a distance. Oh my goodness, he got a double.
What a nade coming in from WC. Awesome nade coming in.
Ooh. Oh no.
WC has been fragging out today.
Man, they don't care about the ping. They don't care about your region. They don't care about who your name is. They are just looking to kill you. And WC is on fire right there. Well done for WC. CK does finally go down. I thought Jin was going to get into this fight, but as CK walked out, it looked like RTI had started pushing over to them. Now
RTI fight. Look at this. Genesis.
They're going to full send it.
If RTI, I don't think RTI is going to be able to get ready in time for this push from Genesis here. Jeff's coming in hot. One Molly lethal. Will they lead with a Molly? Is he looking for the barrel peak? Didn't make it in time. Link's got his health back up, but obviously these guys aren't at full health. You know, something you forget about when you get the first aid off, sometimes mentally you may feel like you're at 100% health. You're like, I got my first aid off, but you're still only at 75%. And that's such a big difference at this level. You know, I feel like mentally you get that first aid, you get the booster, and you just feel like you have more health than you do, but you're really still missing a nice chunk.
It's an overtime thing, right?
Full health. Exactly. Jeff, though, taking a decent amount of damage. Link with a nice cooked nade, just a little bit to the right. Doesn't come down.
Jin looking for this fight, but not actually being the aggressors. I think that's because Paulo's not down there. Like, Paulo is their aggressive pusher. He starts the fights off usually. And you can see him starting to come from this side.
On the flank. He was on the flank from the side, exactly. Yep. And now they're right on the edge of blue. Blue is coming in. They decided to come back a little bit. Kind of a tough push from that angle. RTI playing it pretty well, holding out the push.
Doing a very good job, especially because they got third-partied right here, and they should be the people who had lost this fight instantly, but they were able to get the res, put down some good shots, especially since Jin didn't know exactly where they were at. But Jin's gonna have the circle love on their side because TSG hasn't pushed over yet, and he still has the angle.
And in the kill feed, we see WC getting another kill. GT fighting and feuding with Fade here. Desto taking out Fade. WC with another kill coming down on TC. Just so much fragging going on in the ruins area. This could be a big game for WC. Looks like they're about to potentially finish off TC, and they do.
How many do they have? That's 10 kills for them.
12 with 10 kills, and there's still 25 players live as we move to the 20-minute mark of this game.
And their one member for Jin goes down, but Link goes down in the process. Then Leo goes down. Now it's Wills.
Big shot from RTI. He gets the knock, and he's still full health, but then goes down so fast. The Genesis there. Just a numbers game. I thought it didn't fall on the side of RTI.
I thought we saw SE was going to do a full push, but they're not able to do it because there's only two of them. Plus, Jin is a ways away. Now, GT's still alive here. Fade was the only person taken down from MG as well.
So let's remember that RTI and Genesis were tied. So Genesis there with that kill, most likely. I mean, they're not even most likely. They're now probably past RTI. And I'm trying to see where WC's at on the leaderboards because this could be a pretty big game for them. They're currently in 4th place, so they're definitely solidifying themselves as a top 8 team here in this game. So they're going to be in a good position to potentially move into top 3.
Excellent. And I'm so happy to see that they're finally gelling together because they used to be such a strong team, especially in the fragging section. They didn't win a lot of games sometimes because they were overdoing it with killing people, right? They're putting themselves in bad positions, but they're becoming the team I think that they've always wanted to be. They made some changes along the way, and we're seeing that it's paying off. And what I like, the reason why I point that out is because it's good to see teams sticking together even through bad times and overcoming the hurdles that come with being an amateur esports team.
Absolutely, man. I mean, PUBG is such a hard game to be consistent in over time. There's just so many variables. Obviously, it's very highly skill-based, but also very random, a lot of RNG. And sometimes you're just having bad games or bad days or bad weeks or even bad months for that matter. It's just not a very easy game. And obviously, this competitive play highlights that even more.
It looks like MG was able to wrap around on the flank when WC
Big
was
stun
fighting.
Coming in on MG. I'm happy to see this fight, man. 2 great teams fragging out here. Rat coming down with the confirm. I mean, this is what you want to see, some great teams fighting. And MG
was able to get that because Trouble got shot in the back because Kid knocked Dingus or Nick up there, and then they were able to get the shot in the back. And guess who you leave alive here? You're gonna leave Flacco, and it's gonna be Flacco versus Rat on the 1v1.
He's been one of the last people alive every game so far. And dude, when you were talking there, the kill feed just lighting up like fireworks, just going insane. So many kills coming in, just like that, dude. We're 22 minutes into the game, Bing. Top 4. This is crazy.
This is crazy. This is phase 6. Fast. LKG out already, and then LKG out just before that. So I think they came in 6th. If I'm correct. And then I just saw that Flacco goes down because he ran right into CP. Can this be CP's game? They need one. Oh no, it looks like they're surrounded by Jin and they don't know it. Paulo missing his shots. Oh, let's get to Paulo, see what he sees.
I can't believe Genesis has all their members up here. 3 teams with 4 players. Rat, the remaining player of MG.
Good shots by Langer.
Trading.
But that's a trade. Yep, Paulo with the trade.
2 players going down on Genesis and CP, is that right?
Yes, 2 are down for CP, 3 are down for CP. No, 3 are down for CP. Yes, and then Paulo goes down as well. And Rat Attack got a member of Jin down
teams
elsewhere.
And obviously, Retta, last one left. He's gonna throw down some smokes. Is he gonna go for the revive? Is Rat gonna come around and spoil the game here for CP? It could happen. This smoke doesn't have too much time left. By the time this res goes off, the smoke is most likely going to be gone.
Where is the last member? Oh, ITG's picking up Paulo right now.
Oh, and Rat, instead of going right, is going to go left here. He's switching up the angles. Going to try to surprise Genesis here.
I need everybody to know
on the outside of the circle
that all this is happening and GT is in a compound with all 4 members up. They haven't left yet, and they're going to be in full force after this.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. They're just hanging out.
They're just hanging out. And Jin's going to be able to get all their members up. CP's going to be able to get all their... It's going to be a 3v3, 4v1. Oh my gosh. And Rat spotted.
Rat's vest cracked. At the MK though. Does he just have 1 gun right now?
Oh, okay. It is a barrel. But he's the best MK user on the planet. And there you go.
Laid to the go. That is crazy with the 8 times.
And Jin's going to be caught between 2 teams right here. And I don't see how they make this out if CP plays it aggressively. If Beretta pushes up just a tiny bit, I think that they're going to be down.
CP saw that knock come in from Rat. I mean, this is the time to push why Gen is weak. I mean, they already had a great skirmish with them. They were an inch away from finishing off the fight and finishing off Genesis. So now it's time to go. You can see Beretta wants to get in the action. Not sure if they're saying, let's wait a little bit, but Beretta is in there. Trying to get on the action, taking out Jeff, but I think or confirming that kill. Now 2 members of Genesis remain. Great spray coming from Beretta, but he gets knocked. From Paulo Sam.
I'm stuck.
And just like that, what happened?
I got stuck. They all got wiped. So they traded. CP got the kill.
GT came in behind.
And then kill CP. GT came in to kill CP. And now it's Rat in second place, probably. And GT here, this is going to be the end of the game.
It's a 1v4, man. Dude, that was CP. Has to be happy with the top 4 placement, but then also a little frustrated there because literally they were so close to finishing that fight, and then they could have turned their focus potentially to GT, right, or to Rat. But because Genesis, again, almost every single game so far, either winning or causing major problems for the top 4 teams. They've been super consistent, and they only won 1 game. RTI won 2, and Genesis is going to end up being the leader because of that. Rat here making last-ditch effort to do what he can. No lethals, just smokes, low health.
No vest.
What can he do here? But with the MK, so many things are possible, but lethals are coming in from GT. Great knock onto Tender, but then Desto with the arm shot onto Rat, and that's going to be a wrap on Rat there. 8 kills for Team GT, and they're going to come out with the final winner chicken dinner of tonight on Erangel.
Blitz, was that awesome the fastest game we've ever seen?
That might be one of the shortest games I've seen in competitive play, and definitely with you here in the PUBG Console League. I've been with you a couple weeks now. I think this is the 3rd or 4th week, and that was definitely the quickest game that I've seen. Didn't even have time to talk to you about a few things.
We didn't even,
because this was happening so fast.
We didn't get anything in right there. People were just getting taken out. Wow, great! It was great games though. Right here, this is what I was talking about too. If you look at this instant replay, I think Trouble had the opportunity to get these kills on MG. He got shot in the back by Nick because this fight really started because Kid had knocked Dingus, and now Nick got the res, knew where the fighting was going down at, and then shot Trouble in the back and took Trouble out of the game right there. And then Flacco was able to escape before anything else happened. But he gets taken down as he tries to rotate up the hill because CP is working their way down. Wow. Things happen so quickly right here in this little section right here.
Again, another one of those situations where there was a lot of teams in the Ruins area because it was center. So I think a lot of teams are moving into that area. And usually I feel like you'd see more teams kind of on the south side of the circle, but there were so many teams on the north side here. And that's where all the fighting happened because the circle kind of ended up shifting back south a little bit. And so many teams got killed there. And then we were left with the final 4 with 22 minutes left, which is crazy.
So today was a good day. This is a great fight right here too. It shocks me that they allowed each other's teams to pick up everybody, right? Like Jin goes down to having one person.
You're right, but they were pretty far away here.
Right, but still, right? Like, so Jin goes down to having one person. So there's one person up right now for CP. Then he gets knocked. Paulo gets knocked. So there's one person up for every team. No one does anything but goes to get all the reses. They just stop fighting. They just go to get the reses. It just doesn't happen often.
And Brett has full health here. He could have potentially moved up. But he's pretty close to losing his team here. Goes to the revive. It's tough to say, man. When you're in the top 4, it's hard not to go for the revive.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know exactly where Rat is and you don't know where GT is.
It's definitely a good play. It's just shocking me that it happens, right? Like, and also I don't think right now, because remember, we know how many people are up and how many teams are up. They have no idea. And it's only phase 6. So they're looking and they're saying, well, there are 10 people still alive or 12 people alive or something like that. And they're like, well, maybe there are a lot of teams out here. So I'm going to get the revive because my team might have the numbers.
Dude, such a good point. That's actually such a good point that you bring up, because normally at this stage you would imagine, okay, like there might only be 12 players left, or how many there is here. Like I'm trying to do the quick math. 6, 10, 11, you'd probably be like, wow, there's probably like 6 teams, 7 teams left. Maybe there's just a lot of solo players. So they're probably like, we have 2-3 guys knocked. Maybe we can get the revive and have a pretty big team to potentially take us forward. Little did they know they're in the top 4 and there wasn't too many teams left there.
Right. They get one more knock and then they wipe that team, and then they realize, oh, there can only be 2 teams here left. And but like I understand why Rat didn't push, right? Because it's just him. Literally, there's nobody else with him. And I think it took a little while for GT to realize that they had the numbers
as well, right?
Yes, because if they would have known this earlier, they would have been on top of this hill instantly. If GT would have known, first of all, if there would have been one of these teams that got wiped, GT would have already been on top of the hill, right? Because they would have been like, oh man, there are 4 of us here. There are 5 people alive. We need to be out of the building.
It's a very unusual situation, man, to see the circle, the teams like this.
And also, my camera gets stuck right here, everybody. This is why I can't move, and we don't know what's happening. my camera gets stuck because of the way they died right there. So, but I think this is great. GT gets another win, and it helps them out. It might not have been a high kill win, but it doesn't matter. In this case, for Jin and for MG, high kill games are good, but they're still going to be able to place in the top 8 because they're consistently getting in the top 3 or 4, right? Like they've only had one game in which they didn't get a lot of points, and that was the second Miramar game. All the rest of the game, they've been able to place well, and that's really helping them out, and that's great for them. Same thing with MG. These things, if they can just, the key is to be consistent over the 6 days, and then you have a chance in making the finals. That's the point.
This is a big play then for GT as well, because going into this game, GT was in 9th place. So with this win here, that's going to bump them up into the top 8.
Excellent. So that's it for me for the day. Remember, we do have weeklies that start from Tuesday through Thursday. If you guys want to catch that, that'll be on the Invasion Bing channel, but it will be a PCL situation. You guys know that it's part of the PCL franchise. And Blitz, where can they catch you at?
You guys can catch me anywhere pretty much at Blitz5 and Friends, but I'm usually on Twitch during the day. What time do those games start on Tuesday?
Oh man, those games they start at 9 o'clock in the evening. What we want to do is make sure that people can get home from work and play pretty late. We're gonna have some more that we're gonna change the schedule so more people can participate going forward. And we should have some announcements for you guys. Hopefully this week or next week. Some news I think everybody will be interested in hearing. I don't know if you guys will like it or not. Who knows, right? But you might be interested in hearing it. So everybody stay tuned. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you join our Discord. Everything is PUBG Console League. You can just look us up. We are the only one. So with that being said, I have nothing else. Make sure you guys get in there. And if you want to register for anything, register on our website. It'll be PUBGConsoleLeague.com. It'll have the weeklies up there, and it'll have some updated scores. And I apologize. Somebody wrote in the chat today about YouTube. We will be putting everything on YouTube today to make sure that if you're not able to catch it here on Twitch, you can catch all our stuff on YouTube. And we would stream on YouTube, but we are partnered Twitch. We're a partner Twitch channel, and that is in breach of our TOS.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys follow PUBG Console League on Twitter for the updates when you go live in case Twitch notifications don't work and any information with the league.
Yep. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. Blitz, always a pleasure having you, man.
Always fun, man. Hope to be back soon. And thank you guys for all the support. GG's to all the teams. And have a good night, everybody.
Stay safe. Peace.